Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Sunday, December 22nd, part two. Man, had to get a part two of this. Fat Joe, Tariq Nasheed, Lord Jamar, and the FBA controversy, Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans and all that good stuff. Just the knowledge of self, period. So we definitely wanted to get back into it and start out with the guest lines open up because so much that we covered yesterday, but there's so much more that we can cover. So that's what we here for on this Sunday early in the daytime, 4:45 on the West Coast, 7:45. So we definitely will get this in early while everybody is bright eyed, bushy tailed. Ahmad Jabril, salute. Gangster love, I see you. I see you. Yeah, we early birding. We catching the worm. Lamar Jones, peace, God, peace, BL Senior. Peace and blessings to you. Yeah, we getting right to it. We part two from last night's discussion. I think Fat Joe responded or said something recent today. I'm not sure, but I kind of was scanning through my news feed on Instagram and YouTube, but I didn't have time to stop and read nothing. So if y'all know something that he said that I don't, feel free to comment and let us know. excuse me. DD, salute, salute. So yeah, we was into it. Over here, we try to do things real mature, like I don't want to censor nobody of saying what they feel, but we don't really do feelings. We don't really do feelings over here. We really do facts and receipts, proofs. We do logic and reason over here. So that's what I encourage. This ain't the messy podcast. This ain't the emotional name calling, piss contest, ego contest podcast. This is you know, Gangster Love. You can get on here first. Get on here first with me. Gangster Love say, why not feeling? Because we got brains. Feelings are for children. You know what I'm saying? Feelings don't lead nothing. Feelings is or emotions are supposed to back up logic and reason and intelligence and wisdom. They're not supposed to go before, in front of logic, reason, intelligence. So you don't need feelings to have truth. Not saying that we robots, but feelings is what get us in the trouble that we in and would have got us in the trouble that we in. Feelings, emotions. Emotions blind us. They blind you. So that's why. Mike Flex, salute, salute. Caught you from the start for sure. I got on early and intentionally for that reason. Jim Brown, big bro, salute. Michael Hawkins, salute, salute. Man, thank you. Thank y'all for showing up. If y'all don't mind, can y'all hit the like button on your way in? Just hit the like button and share this because we're going to have a real deep, thorough, raw, uncut, uncomfortable conversation. We started that last night, but it went so late. A lot of y'all was tired of trying to get y'all Jeremiah 10 heathen shopping on or heathen party on, y'all Trixmas party partying on. So I try to catch y'all early on the God's Day, since it's the day before the Sunday right before Christmas. So I thought I'd catch y'all at home at this point. Gangster of love.
Cam, the big homie.
You just wave at me. How did you just wave at me, bro?
I said, "What's up?"
Nah, I seen something else, but I ain't gonna listen. What's your thoughts on this subject, my brother?
So Cam, I'm disappointed in you because you're a big homie. And yesterday when I was listening, I heard you say that You supported Fat Joe, or you said that he was your boy or he's your partner. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So, and then today you say that you shouldn't have your feelings involved in something like this. But bro, I love being black. I'm proud to be black. If your feelings aren't involved in some a dude disrespecting your race and you don't have no feelings in it, then that's bad. And for you, like if I said something about NOI or FOI, you would go in on me. Why? Because your feelings would be involved in it, and they should, because that's what you love, that's what you represent, right?
Well, first of all, you said you're disappointed in me, which is feelings, right?
Right. Yep.
I can't control you being disappointed in me. I can't care whether you're disappointed in me, right? Did anything I say, was anything I said a lie? Regardless of how you feel about it, how you disappointed in it, whatever. That means nothing to me. But was anything I said a lie?
You said a lot of stuff. Honestly, I don't
I
remember
didn't. I
what you
didn't ask
said.
you that. What anything you heard me say, was it a lie?
I don't know, because I can't remember everything. You would have to give me a direct quote that you said.
Bro, I
You
said
said a lot
anything
of
you
stuff.
heard, anything that you heard, do you remember it being a lie? Because it disappointed you. Was it a lie?
Again, I don't remember. You have to give me a direct quote, bro. You just saying
You up
a
here
whole
wasting
lot of
time, bro.
something.
What you want to say though? Other than that, so I disappointed you, and what else?
So you disappointed me. That's not to say that I still don't. You still not Cam, because you still a West Coast legend I grew up listening to. I'll be disappointed in people I love. So that's not an insult. That's just saying, hey, I'm
I'm
disappointed.
not insulted, bro. You could say F you, Cam. You know what I'm saying? I ain't a fan of yours. I ain't never was. You this and that. I would not be offended. I would not be insulted. I
Nah,
would I
bro.
would just, want the people to hear why, you take that position, and can you prove it?
So again, I'm just telling you, hey Cam, I was disappointed in you for supporting a Hispanic disrespecting FBA. For one, this is why black people shouldn't support outsiders, because they show you who they really are.
Did I
Eminem
did
did it.
I did I check? Did I check that? Like, did I say that um that Fat Joe wasn't wrong? Did I say Fat
No,
Joe was right? What did I say
no,
about it?
you didn't
What did I
say
say
that.
about it? What
You
did I
said
say
that he
about it?
you said that he was wrong, and that I mean, you did. You didn't stand up for him. I'm just saying you said that he was your partner. So I'm saying,
And
and you should be checking him. You should be on the
I
phone.
just I thought you just said you heard me checking him.
I'm personally, did you check him?
I don't got his number personally. I ain't seen him in years personally.
Well, then he ain't your partner.
So you're gonna define what's my part. Anyway, what else do you want to say though? I want to hear from you.
And then I also want to say, like I say, us as black people, man, we weak because we as a whole let these outsiders come in, make money off of us, and then disrespect us to our face and call us broke niggas. But if you know anything about Puerto Rico, that's a poor country where you can go over there and hit they women for $15 and a bowl of rice. So
Right.
for him,
What's the name of the black organization that you are a member of?
FBA,
That's not a black organization.
FBA ain't an organization; it's a bloodline.
I asked you a specific question. What is the name, since you're so black organized and you're concerned about us black people? Which organization are you united with? Which organization are you a registered member of a black organization?
None. I'm born
Oh,
black.
okay. So
I'm
you're
born
not a
black.
member of no unity. Not in no unity with no official black organization, but you disappointed in me.
Yes, you want to know why I'm disappointed in you?
You just told me. You just told us.
Okay, but you know why I'm disappointed in you? Because you have a voice, you have a platform. You spoke
Okay.
up for him. You spoke up for him.
Yeah, and I'm gonna still speak up for him.
Okay,
Just
and
like
I'm
I speak up for Bloods and Crips that's killing
oh,
each other.
you did, you have.
Okay,
And, and
what's the
and there
difference?
ain't no beef because of it. I'm just
What's
telling
the
you why
difference?
I'm disappointed in you. I
So
can I can say that.
you disappointed in me for speaking up for Bloods and Crips too, right?
No, sir,
So
absolutely
what's
not.
the difference? We doing each other worse than Fat Joe doing us, right?
So you have a point there. You right there. Yep.
Okay, so why are you disappointed in me about Fat Joe, but not in me checking our own people, or not
So
checking our own people?
Cam, you moving the goalpost, bro. All I told you was is that you came up here
I'm
and
moving
spoke
gold.
for Fat Joe, saying that he was your partner, and then I turn around and tell you that he should have been checked. You say you don't
And
have
I
his
didn't check
number.
him. You keep on acting like I didn't check him on publicly. He violated public. You mad because he said that publicly? So I don't need to talk to him publicly. I'm checking him publicly, right?
I guess if that's what you want to say, yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
Yes, us as black people need to stop letting outsiders come into a culture that we created, that we made, that we dominate, and give them forgiveness. Like we need to tell them. Prime example, he came in there and was calling us poor broke niggas and this and that. If we would have turned around and said, well, hey, you spick and you this, that, and the third, well then people would be like, oh, you being racist. Black people always want to say, or people, black people, we too loving, we too caring. Why don't you give the same energy that they give us?
Why you
And I'm
don't
not
do that
speaking
to
to
your
you.
why you don't get outraged like that at your slave master though first?
You don't think I do? I do,
I ain't
bro.
never heard you. I ain't never heard you do it.
I mean, this ain't the place in the platform.
Why it ain't? You talking about Fat Joe? Why is it not the place for that?
I mean, your topics don't be
My
about going
topics
in on the
always
slave
is against
master.
the slave master.
What's that?
My topics is always against the slave masters and the small hats. You don't never say nothing about it.
Well, I just joined your platform probably like
You
a
got
month
8 million
ago.
excuses, bro.
Them ain't excuses. I'm telling you the truth, bro. I
Okay.
only found you like maybe a month ago.
Well, I'm saying every time that you've been on here for a month, you ain't said nothing about the slave master. Why
I
is
mean,
that?
what you want me to
I'm
say
talking
about
about
him?
him every day that I get on here.
What you want me to say about him?
Ah, man, beat it, bro. Ain't know what I want you to say. It's Juice. What up, it's Juice?
What's poppin', family?
Man, you got it. Peace. What's on your mind?
Dog. Just wanted to chime in real quick
What's
on
your
the
thoughts?
topic.
Yeah.
Hey, so once again, West Coast Camp, shout out from Toronto. You done know already?
Oh man, salute.
We're rocking with the Black American family. That's for damn sure.
Yes, sir.
So as for the last caller, I just wanted to say that I don't understand why you have to be disappointed when you could just disagree and leave it at that. I don't see why the feelings got to get involved with that, but
I personally think before you even say, I think it's just trying to go YouTube viral or something, just trying to make a name for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of that going on, right?
Right.
But as to the topic there with Fat Joe, I don't think that was a good look for him, man. I think that he's I mean, I used to it really goes a lot to a lot of rappers and just entertainers in general. I mean, sometimes it's hard to hear them speak, man. They just when they say what's on their minds, it's not really a good thing. So this whole thing with him and the whole 50-50 hip hop thing, man, that's just like can be emphatically proved false.
Right.
All types of ways. Like there's not even one way to disprove that argument. There's so many different types of ways. So
Right.
I mean,
who enables that?
what's that?
Why are we even talking about it? Like, how did we even hear him say that?
Well, he's the one that brought it up.
I'm just saying, he brought it up where? He brought it up in his backyard, in his house,
he brought it up in social media.
So who enables that though? Who promotes that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's definitely powers behind that for sure. I wouldn't doubt that there's powers behind that. You know what I mean? There might even be powers pushing him.
I'm just saying. So if he was promoting, if he, I guess, was hosting the BET Awards and he's promoting Kamala Harris or any political candidate or, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So
if he promoting getting the Fauci juice back in the day, like, you know.
So just to touch back on the other caller there for a quick second there. Yo, my case, I hit them all, dog. Like I'm not partial. I don't really separate these supremacists or
Right.
these anti-black people.
Yeah,
I hit
you
them all,
don't got a
dog.
dog in the fight. You neutral.
Yeah, I hit them all. I hit them all.
Right.
Right. And I'm not specifically going at Fat Joe because I don't like Fat Joe. I'm talking about this whole thing as a holistic,
Right.
you know what I mean? But like more of a broader sense of how to look at this thing. So even on that note, what Joe did there is kind of colonizer-ish, man, to me.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I
Yeah.
said that yesterday. I said
Yeah.
like you don't have a reason to get
Yeah.
nasty or ugly or derogatory or even
Nah, I think
personal. You don't have if
I
you're gonna
think
get
it's
personal, you know, get personal at the person for whatever they personal things is. Like if you got an issue, because I think he didn't say Tariq Nasheed, but Tariq Nasheed is the main leader, I guess he was referring to, of this Facebook FBA movement.
well,
Right.
this is the
Even
thing
though
about-
Tariq Nasheed is not the leader of foundational Black Americans, he might be the leader of that term, but that term, it represents us. He's not the leader of us. He don't
Well,
speak
here's-
for us like that.
Well, here's the thing, brother, that I think that was really brilliant of the brother Tariq is because he really addressed that point. And even though he might take a dig at the personalities involved, he'll really address the point and go through it really thoroughly.
Right. So
this is where you got to give him that.
yeah, but
So-
so with us, like the descendants of slaves is already working with 1000% emotion and 1000% mental death of the knowledge of self and the knowledge of reality. So Tariq, no matter what, anybody, once you start, even, you know, Brother Khaled, may Allah be pleased, Dr. Khaled, that was in the nation.
Yeah.
Once you start crossing over the line from knowledge and respectable debate or respectable into name calling and into childishness, like poking, roasting or playing the dozens or bagging on, what I'm saying, a whole people, then you open yourself up to however they might feel about it, because they mentally dead, they ignorant, they riders, they killers too. It's some people that you don't know what you open yourself up for. So
I don't
intelligent
disagree
people,
with that.
intelligent people got to stand in and be peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers. So I see what you about to get into. I see what you about to try to, antagonize them into. So if y'all gonna do that, y'all gonna do that, but y'all not gonna do that without hearing a mediator warn you first. Like, this is what's happening.
No, I get that.
Hope y'all niggas could be COINTELPRO as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying?
That.
Because if you really for God or you really for truth or whatever, you're not gonna go about it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. I mean, as you can see, I am into serious topics, so I get all that. But I also got a very good piece of advice from a friend once that told me to not always take myself so seriously, which allowed me to understand life on a different level that way. This is just me, my personal experience.
Right.
So I'm just trying to say, I get all the roasting in the bag and type shit. I mean, type stuff, but I get all that. And I understand where it could be misconstrued and taken left, and I get all that. I'm from a place, Toronto, where that type of stuff happens very often, as I'm sure the same thing happens with you over there on the West, right? I get all that. But when we're talking about the bare bones of the argument of what is happening in terms of Black Americans not getting credit for their inventions, to me, this is the problem, right? This is the problem here.
Yeah, we know that. I agree with that. I don't know if you was on there yesterday. We already established that. I agree with that. I know where Tariq is coming from. And like I said yesterday, just the fact that Fat Joe would say y'all broke ass FBA or broke ass ninjas. Yeah, we're broke because other people keep on robbing us of our creations and our inventions, and then you're gonna get on here and say that. So,
I didn't catch that. I really that part. Like the thing is, in that analysis, I never really heard anybody really break that down like you did that yesterday. And there's a lot of truth to that never gets mentioned. See, my whole thing is with a lot of these communities that come in, claim, or want a part of that history is why they never addressed the anti-blackness in their societies. I like to see that happen first. That's just my personal opinion. It's not even really a feeling. To me, that's just kind of logical to display some kind of knowledge of the culture that you are participating in.
Right.
Do the homework. Like, I honestly feel like to me, Eminem is a great rapper, but I would appreciate Eminem more if he showed more appreciation to Black culture in terms of speaking about Black history.
Why would he have to? Why would you be waiting for that from him? If
no, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for that. No,
listen
I'm not waiting
saying,
for
bro.
that.
Listen to what I'm saying.
No, I'm not waiting for that at all. But I'm just saying as a personal opinion.
But you still said it, and you still suggesting that we might have to look at that the same kind of way. If we know that these are the slave masters people, and these are the people that we made the races, and we made one in particular race to actually rule in wickedness for 6,000 years, then asking I would want this person to do this and want people like we just dancing around on leaves instead of getting to the actual root.
No, I don't want you to misunderstand what I said there. I'm not saying that I want to see him do that. I'm saying that I would respect him more if he did. That's just like why would you respect the devil? Like if you know what the devil is. Well, there you go. Exactly. That's pretty much exactly my point. It's like why would you?
So I'm here to give us the knowledge of self and kind, and the knowledge of the opposite of self and kind. Right. So that way we don't have to expect something from the nature of a person that's not their nature. We wasting our time. We're insane by keep on wanting and expecting, and I would respect them if they did this and they did that. That's not what we made them for. We didn't make them for that.
Okay, so question: would we expect anything like that from Fat Joe? Because many people
are trying to identify. We are, because if Fat Joe was identifying as Puerto Rican, that's why I'm on here saying, what is Puerto Rican?
Yeah,
Can you distinguish? Can you describe and explain exactly what genetic ingredients that you're made out of? That way we will know what nature you are and what to expect from you and how to hold you accountable.
Well, I think on his birth certificate it says white. I don't think it says black.
I don't know none of that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can get Fat Joe on here. Like, I'm not going to talk about what I think he says and this and that. You know, I want facts. I want to deal with facts.
I got you. Well, again, to the topic, I think that Fat Joe kind of shot himself in the foot there. He should have probably thought a little bit more about what he was going to say before he said it.
Absolutely.
And even if he really did think that way, I don't know if that's something you really want to let out in the public like that.
I mean, but why not? Look what niggas been letting out in the public for the last 30 years, talking about
it's real nasty on here. It's real nasty.
Bro. I'm gonna have to mute you, because just the fact, Juice, when I gotta, I don't like somebody talking when I'm talking, or me talking when they talking, or whatever. Like, and it kind of is my platform. So if I'm trying to make a point, then I think that I have more experience and knowledge, and what I'm saying, in the subject. So I'm trying to respect you and give you, a platform. I don't want to cut nobody off, but these are the rules here. So, Juice, you there, Juice?
Got you. I'm here.
Yeah. So I know you got a lot to say, but it's a lot of people in the chat that's waiting and want to get on. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm saying something and we're going to probably disagree like we doing, and I respect that, and I don't want to cut you off, but I don't want you cutting me off at the same time. So I'm gonna be quiet and just let you land. Just say your whole piece.
I'm gonna land right here because I actually don't disagree with you. So respect to you, Cam, and let's hear some more of what people got to say.
And you can come back. I'm saying? I'm not saying you going for good, but let's let some other people cycle through, and then you could definitely hop back on.
Gotcha.
All right, bro. Peace. William Owens, thank you. Here's the answer to Fat Joe. Why did Musa or Moses have a hard time to civilize the devil 2000 BC? So anybody that knows Supreme Wisdom lessons know what you're talking about. I can't go into the lessons like right now, not yet. I want y'all to get back on here. FBA Dynasty, you there?
Hey, what's up with it, big homie Cam?
What's up with you, my brother?
How you doing, man?
Man,
Hey,
I'm blessed. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay blessed myself. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, man, and I'm not gonna be emotional about it. I'm not gonna be angry about it. I'm gonna just try to say a little truth to power. And you can disagree with me, and I can disagree with you. And
Bro, I'm not in my feelings, man. I'm gonna let you talk and just get to it.
Yeah. Well, first I thought you was running from me last night, man, but you know, neither here or there. With this Fat Joe situation, man, you know, in my opinion, man, Fat Joe and that dude show he was on Math Hoffa, they the same type of people that helped Daniel Penny hold that man down while that Ofe was choking that man, that young brother, that FBA brother in New York, bro. You know what I'm saying? You had people from the diaspora and the Caribbean and the Latino community hold that boy down while Daniel Penny choked him out. What I'm saying this, man.
With who?
Daniel Penny choked him out, man.
Uh-huh.
Fat Joe and that dude that he was on the show, Math Hoffa, are the same type of people that helped assassinate that boy, the autistic boy on the subway, bro. And let me explain it to you. They're the same type of people. I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay, let me stop and say my part. Let me ask you a question. You FBA, you Foundational Black American? Hello?
Yeah, just like you. I'm a Black American.
No, that was a question. So based on your knowledge of black on black crime or gang violence, or let me just ask you, how many do you know the number of abortions that our FBA women do every year, and the total number of abortions that our FBA women have done since 1973? Do you know that number?
Do I know that number exactly?
Yeah. Do you know just a roundabout number?
Roundabout. I don't know. I would say probably less than half. I don't know. I can't give. I know it's some people in our community that's with the degeneracy.
Do you know how many gang killings, any black on black, whether it's Blood and Crip, whether it's Vice Lord, BD, GD, just the black gangs in America? Do you have any number on how many black on black killings that we have done, say, since you was born?
To give you a correct percentage number, do I got to give you a correct percentage number? Because this killing's all over the state. In every community. I didn't
ask you nothing about
outweigh,
brother. I didn't ask you nothing about
everybody black is not killing people. We going to work,
bro. Here you go. You running your mouth. I asked you a question. Answer the question. Don't bring nobody else into it. I asked you a question about black people and what black people are doing to ourselves. Answer that question.
Black, you want me to give you a percentage of what black people doing to ourselves?
I asked you for a
gang homicide.
As far as you know,
I can't give you exact percentages, but we know it's a portion of people that's degenerating all cultures, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna have to let you go, because why are you bringing all cultures in it when I'm specifying our culture? I don't care about all cultures.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't care about all cultures. I didn't ask you about all cultures. Answer my question, bro. Answer my question.
I just told you I don't know up exactly.
Okay, so you don't know, but you know how to single out the brother that got held down by, this and that, or you know how to single out Fat Joe. But if our own women, we ain't even gonna get to the males in gang violence yet. If our own women then committed 30 million deletions of the most innocent human beings in the world, which is unborn children, how is Fat Joe, how is Mexicans, how is Latinos, how is KKKs or the devil, anybody worse than us?
Okay. You say to say that. Now, can I ask you a question?
I want to answer first. I want to
Yeah,
answer
okay.
first.
What I'm saying is,
Can you answer
you
that
know, just
first?
like I know. Yeah, I'm
No.
answering. You know, I'm going to give you the answer right now. You know that it's a percentage of degeneracy in every culture, and whether it's black or white,
Did every culture produce
Hispanic.
all the races?
Yeah.
Did every culture produce all the races, or are we the only people that produced all the races?
If we the oldest race that was discovered, then I believe
Then we
so.
produced all the cultures that you're talking about, right?
Did we produce all the cultures that's around in America right now?
Did we produce all the races that produced all the cultures?
Do I believe that?
All right, bro. I'm gonna let you go, bro. You taking too much time. Real's twin. Real's twin. Got to unmute your mic.
Thank you for bringing that. Thank you for bringing that up. Over more than 20 million babies.
30 million.
Gone. Yeah. Well, you had 30 million. Thanks for the update. Because I talk about this because I'm in a nonprofit organization. So I talk about holding our people accountable. And you're right that we should be. We allowed this culture of Fat Joe to do this to us because we were the one that signed off on the black and brown. We never checked nobody when it was calling us black and brown. So these people came into our culture, took whatever they needed, and now they can say whatever they want to us. They can do whatever they want because we have allowed it, for so many years.
Pardon me 1 second, Real Twins. Pardon me, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon 1 second. People like Daryl Roberts or anybody that disagrees with me, stop typing, please. Please do what Real Twins and FBA Dynasty. That's why I respect them. We can disagree, but they get on here like men and talk real live. And I'm still with you, FBA Dynasty. I'm gonna bring you back up, but I just wanted to, bring some people back up. So don't type. If you got something to say, get on here with your brother Cam. Don't be scared to have a grown-up conversation with somebody that you disagree with that's gonna hold you accountable. I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say to me, and then I'm gonna cross-examine you. Don't be scared. If you stand in the comments, I'm thinking you scared. Go ahead, Real Twin.
Now, brother, what I wanted to say is, I am pro-life, and I tell people like this, how are you gonna complain about FBA and our culture when we're literally a stagnant population of us because we keep deleting our babies in the womb. Not only deleting our babies in the womb, but deleting each other on the streets of America. You know what I'm saying? And then when we call it out, all of a sudden y'all want to say, oh, white people do it too. No. If you're FBA, stay with FBA. Stay with us. We are not addressing the criminals, the gangbangers in our communities. When I would say I'm a strong component of stop, question, and frisk. I'm like, let's do real police work and get these dangerous criminals off our streets. But I get called a coon, a sellout, a house in, a Sambo, because I just want our communities to look like the suburbs. I mean, you shouldn't be able to tell a hood from the suburbs. That's bad.
Right.
But
so
we have to
I'm
hold
with,
each other accountable.
Right. But I'm with us holding each other accountable. I'm not with white police coming and stopping and frisking us. I want black police to stop and frisk us that's from our community.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, have our police out there, go back to our brother's keeper, like if you know that this person is cutting up in your neighborhood, you bring him to justice. You don't hide him amongst everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Just like, having, a lot of, like we were just talking about the other day, we need a lot of black lawyers, but a lot of our black lawyers seem like unless one of us get unalived by a white T man, that's the only way they want to come out and defend.
Right, but
Why you
a
can't?
black lawyer is not gonna go to war. So we need people that's willing to shed that red fluid. You know what I'm saying? If we're not
Yeah,
willing to do that, then ain't nothing gonna happen. Period. Not
yeah,
saying
but I
that that's
think
what we supposed to go do, but like in a nation, I'm a FOI, I'm Fruit of Islam. So they know the enemy knows that we retaliate physically,
yes,
right? Unified, you know what I'm saying? And our retaliation is intense. That's not something that we get on here and broadcast or talk about. Because if you ask me now, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it comes down to. It ain't about lawyers. It ain't about slick talking or learning the Constitution. The beast didn't respect none of that when they took us from
yeah.
Africa, or when they slaughtered the native indigenous. They don't care about no paperwork and lawyers and nothing.
But we got caught up when you see a lot of our people using black and brown.
Mm-hmm.
That brown is what gave Fat Joe the license to do this. That brown is what
Yeah,
gave
but
Fat
that's
Joe
still, yeah, I agree,
a
and that's still,
platform.
but that's still lack of knowledge of self. Anything can get pulled over, can be pulled over our eyes if we don't know who we are. We think as
Yes,
Christians, we think everybody the same, red blood underneath. We all God's children. All men is created equal. That's false. You're supposed to honor your mother and your father so that your days be long on the earth. You know what I'm saying? But
yes,
if you don't know that we're your mother and your father, then you're gonna disrespect us, and that's really what's going on right now. Other races, we are their parents. I'm talking about the descendants, especially descendants of slaves, and other races who is our offspring. They look at us, their parents, as crackhead mamas or prostitute mamas or abusive mothers and fathers. So they disappointed at us. They disappointed and angry because we are a neglectful, you know what I'm saying, abusive, unfit parents. So they just abuse us. You know what I'm saying? They just reject and rebel against us. That's all that's going on.
yeah, yeah. I just think that even with the whole when we got desegregated, I think that we were better off segregated, during the Jim Crow era, because we were more of a unit back then
Absolutely.
than we are now.
Absolutely. Brother, hold on one second, Reels. Brother Komet, you there?
Yeah, salute, Ken. How you been?
Man, I'm blessed. How about you?
Oh man, I won't complain.
What's your thoughts on this part 2?
Well, I think it's a good dialogue. I think it's a good dialogue for the family, for as our relationship between blacks and Puerto Ricans. So I think it's something good that all the laundry is getting, well, not all the laundry, a lot of the stuff is getting brought out to the forefront. And a lot of people, not everybody's going off their feelings, but a lot of people showing their true emotions. And I think
Right.
it gives a
And they
chance to
true cowardice, like in my opinion, like Daryl Roberts that I posted. I asked you to get on here and talk like a man, but you say, my brother, I stand on what I said. You didn't say nothing. You typed something. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your vibe is. And you say, I'm not required to take orders. So now me telling you, get on live and following any rules or regulations or whatever, you would take orders from the white man every day, but I give you some rules of engagement on my platform, and you say I ain't taking no orders, but this is what you can take. You can take this this block. Take this block with you. That's what you could take. Go ahead.
Nah, I feel you, but yeah, I think it give us a chance to analyze or re-examine the relationship between blacks and Puerto Ricans, and the relationship that we have in the name of hip hop. And it goes to show us, it shows us a lot of people are caught in their feelings, and some people just want to analyze the situation and just get to the root of the problem, like you said, like why is Joe, why did he have that outburst like that? Like he felt like he needed to just really go in on Map's panel and then express himself. So I think it
Mhm.
gets to reanalyze and say, hey, what's going on, man? Like we the same people. Are we gonna continue to feed into the divide and conquer, or are we gonna re-examine ourselves and do better since we know better?
Absolutely. Crollo Drucifer, he said, "You're in your feelings, my man." Um, I got Elmatic and my wrenches here. You know, I'm giving you the rules of engagement. I think personally, it's not my feelings. I think anybody that disagrees or whatever, and that's using this to express themselves when they see me live and I'm calling for you to express yourself and talk to me man to man. That's not my feelings. If it is, I just don't feel good about cowards. So okay, I'm in my feelings about cowards because you won't get on here and express yourself about whatever you disagree with. You just type you're in your feelings. That's like rainbow female demonstrations to me. That's just to me, right? Because why wouldn't you just speak with a man? Like, why wouldn't you, if you're a man or if you're a female or adult, why wouldn't you just speak with an adult when he calling you out live? It don't mean that I'm gonna cuss you out. It don't mean we gonna get violent or nothing. You just throwing accusations, feelings, and you trying to project y'all's emotions and feelings onto other people like me. Okay, but this has to do with receipts and an actual subject and all that. And you saying, so the wrenches, anybody that do that and you see, you know, you tag them and say, okay, get on live with Cam. If they don't get on with me, if I don't see them show up within 3 or 5 minutes, then delete their ass. You know what I'm saying? Block party. Because you cowards. We don't need cowards. We need people to stand up and speak. You want me to speak against Fat Joe, but you don't want to speak up against me. I don't respect that. All right, go ahead. My bad.
Nah, that's real. But I think I'm starting to look at the side of maybe Joe was hurt. Maybe Joe grew up around hip hop so much that when he started hearing these things, he's like, well, damn, that's how some black people feel about me and feel about us. So now I'm trying to observe it from another perspective and say, hey, well, wait a minute, maybe this brother was hurt. He thought he was embraced by us more. And, you know, maybe he's coming from, you know.
Yeah, you gonna hear the majority of people, black people in America, if they get money, they want to move out the hood. They want to move away from black people. They you know, they don't like ninjas or being around ninjas more than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So if another race expresses what we've been expressing about ourselves, we call each other's niggas. We call each other broke. We killing each other. Like, so if you see somebody else doing it now, we outraged at them. What made them so comfortable to do that in the first place? It wasn't Math Hoffa. Math Hoffa just got here and shit. What made him, all these people, so comfortable to do that before Math Hoffa?
Yeah, that's real, because we know deep down if Math would have questioned him, we would have had something to say about that. So it's like a lot of times you can't, no matter what you do or what you say, everybody gonna have something to say about it. So
right,
you know,
and we got receipts. Like, nobody comes close to the receipts of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who was alive and among us. But ninjas is gonna ninja. Ninjas is gonna have an excuse and false accusations and slanders about why they don't like Farrakhan and they disappointed in Farrakhan, and look at this violence in Chicago and what happened to the Million Man March and what that didn't do nothing. Like, all right, man, like you know, okay, like at Jay-Z about OJ. Oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? But we got the receipts. You supposed to be an adult. I'm supposed to wipe your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to give you money out of my pocket. I'm supposed to give you something that, you know, I know you're supposed to get for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we do. We children. We immature children, hard-headed, stiff-necked, rebellious, easy to lead in the wrong direction, hard to lead in the right direction. So our job is just to get on here, deliver the messages clearly, get the blood off of our hands, and, you know, separate. I'll stay away from you. You stay away from me. It's all good.
Yeah, most def, man. It reminded me of what that line Tupac said one of his rhyme where he said some ninjas gonna hate you for whatever you do. So it's like a lot of some ninjas gonna hate you for whatever you do.
Oh man, what happened to you, bro? I don't know what happened. William Owens said, if we all just listen, Brother Cam is teaching even in his discipline on his simple instructions. This is explaining what has happened with Fat Joe, emotions and disrespect of rules and instructions. That's why Mexicans got together and squatted up, because of the same thing that, dude said, I'm FBA all day. You ain't a part of no FBA. You ain't even part of no black organization. You a lawless rebel, wild, undisciplined, don't follow no structure. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that quickly get some riots or something kicked off, and you ain't even part of nothing. So people that's really from this, okay, all right, whatever. You talking loud, you ain't saying that. And that's why you don't want to show your face, because somebody gonna say, oh, that nigga's a goofball, that nigga goofy or whatever. He ain't this and he ain't that or whatever. Or he a rat or we know how it go. You know what I'm saying? This real soldier business. This ain't hip hop. This ain't entertainment. I just happen to be from that too. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's real. So I think would you say we suffer, a lot of our people suffer from what they would call self-negation through social comparison?
Man, that's too big of a word. I don't even know what that means.
All right, well, basically what I'm saying, like self-negations mean, like, we see a lot of our sisters, they prefer perms and this, that, and the third, do social comparison, like the white dominant society. Since the white dominant society dominates so much, a lot of our people, since we've been oppressed, we examine ourselves through their perspectives.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll self-hate. That self-hate will form with us if we don't look like them, or all that good stuff.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I just don't know the big words. I know if you break it down simple like you just did, yeah, like whoever has had the power to traumatize us and the power to withhold blessings or reward us, that's who we naturally is going to start kind of gravitating and conforming to. We're going to try to win the approval of, or the brownie points of, or whatever. We not rebellious enough to go to war and crash out against them. When have you heard Bloods or Crips crashing out against the small hats? You know what I'm saying? They don't even crash out against white people in general. Knowing that they wearing the white man's last name, knowing that they ain't never got reparations, knowing that the warden and the COs or whatever niggas, the devil's behind the gun tower behind the walls is all white. They know all of that, but won't crash out, won't get together and crash out, right? Like they will against each other, or like they will against somebody that's non-white. Right there, that's letting you know that that's a subliminal governor. That's a subliminal, hypnotic governor that won't allow you to go at them, because subconsciously or subliminally you worship them. You fear them as God. You was taught that God was white and Jesus is white, because when you see Jesus, the picture is white, and you see me, you see the Father. So you think that white people can damn your soul. You know what I'm saying? You think white people's bullets do more damage than nigger bullets. The nigger bullets can just kill you, but they're not gonna send you to hell. White people bullets will kill you and send you to hell. So we just scared, from children of white people, period.
Yeah, that's a stone cold fact, man. That's a stone cold fact, because when I see a lot of these young brothers around here where I'm at, they be they tough titty. I mean, when they against their brother, but every time I see when the cops come running, most of them, they face down, assed up. Excuse my language.
Yeah, they twerking, they sexy red when it come to that. They Megan Thee Stallion when it come to these people. So, and then they get mad at us because we pointed it out. You get mad at Candace Owens and all of, she a sellout. She's redeeming herself more than all y'all tough niggas put together. You know what I'm saying? Why are we scared to go at the real enemy? Oh man, they ain't the real enemy. It's a nigga that did it, man. The white person ain't never did nothing to me. Oh, okay, because you don't choose to see who's remotely controlling the nigga person that you fighting against. That's all. Yeah. It's all just cowardice, man. It's all cowardice.
Yeah.
Say Ricky Minaj. Damn.
So what would you call, what you think is the what they say, the abomination that causes desolation? You ever heard that before?
Yeah, in the Bible, when the infidels surround Jerusalem or something like with a holy land or something like that. That's just the devil. It's just those people, those colonizers,
Yeah.
those Europeans that have taken over our holy lands. That's all.
Okay, because I heard somebody said it was the cross. Because I remember you was talking about going into the cross last night. Yeah, the cross, like the cross everybody running around their neck. They said that was the abomination that caused desolation because the cross went throughout the world, enslaving.
The cross is a piece of wood. How can a cross be an abomination? Who made the cross?
That symbol at like a flag. I guess because they had that symbol.
Who made the cross? Who does the cross symbolize? What people use the cross? It ain't the cross. That's just like a fork. A fork ain't abomination. The person that uses a fork to stab niggas is the abomination. Let's call it what it really is. Damn,
yeah, you're definitely right on that. So what God do you think is in the church?
Say that again.
What God is in the church?
I don't know what you mean by in the church. What do you mean? What God do they worship? Were they really worshiping at Christian church? Yeah,
because it go like it said. The saying in the Bible. What it is saying? It says, God of the Most High don't dwell in temples built by the hands of men.
Who says that?
It's somewhere in the scripture, something like that. It said God don't dwell in temples built by the hands of men.
Nah, I never read that. That's every temple, every church is built by the hands of man.
Right.
You mean to say that the God, the human body is the real temple, and the brick and stone, God don't live in brick and stone. God lives in this temple. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I guess they say that you can't put you can't contain the Most High to a building. Like you can't just,
he tells you though, the real church is you. The real temple is you. This is the house of God. That the house that we build with bricks is just where all the real houses of God can congregate. You know what I'm saying? And share and be in the same mind and same goal and same, spirit or whatever. But yeah, the house of God is the human being.
Right. But a lot of our people, we see the church is more, well, not all of us, but a lot of us, we see the church is more as the house or the temple of God rather than our body.
Right. But the books say that you are the temple of God. The kingdom of God is in you. It's not in the church. Right. You could build a church that can house gods in whom the kingdom of heaven is in, but you know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Like it's not even rocket science. The real church is us. The real temple is us. The real house of God is us. The human being, the human body.
Yeah, most definitely. I just see how, a lot of, when you say that, well, I'm in the South, I'm in Alabama. So when you say, I am the temple of God, or I'm the church, a lot of people, I know that I'm in the Bible Belt, and they look at you like you blaspheming,
I mean, but that's them feelings, and that's how dangerous feelings are when you're dealing with ignorance. So somebody want to blaspheme, and now they want to get violent because of their feelings over the knowledge of what they even claiming to believe in. So then they actually will physically do something to you, and now you got to do something to them, and now we got an actual local little war or feud or whatever this is, a bloodshed going on because ninjas was ignorant in their feelings and something had to happen. That's what's going on in the penitentiaries, in the streets, and all of that. Wild, lawless ninjas. That's warriors by nature. We fighters and warriors and soldiers by nature. We know we supposed to be fighting somebody. It's in our DNA because retaliation, the law of retaliation is in our DNA for the 400 years that, you know, we've been destroyed, but we reject knowledge. We destroy for the lack of knowledge. We don't want to get the knowledge of who we really supposed to be retaliating to get in against. And when somebody gives you the knowledge of who you supposed to be retaliating against, then you cower out and use the excuse, and you want to fight the person that showed you that. So it is what it is. God hates a coward. God hates cowards. Thank you, Cecil. Big C, bro C. Got your cash app. Thank you, C. So, you know, I want to be God-like. So if God hates cowards, then I want to be like him. You know?
No doubt. Let me ask this real quick. Do you think the Most High had a divine purpose for hip hop?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Anything that involves his chosen people, he's involved with it. So if rap, anything that we doing, basketball, whatever typical thing that we supposed to be involved in, God is involved in it and saw it before he brought it into existence and was using it for our advance or for our to wake us up. Whatever we do. But rap especially, because if the Bible, you know, it's Sundays, the people say in the beginning was the word. The Bible says in the beginning was the word. Rap is about words, right? I would disagree with that. I would say in the beginning was the desire or the intelligence or the will or something like that. But if you want to say in the beginning of a certain thing was the word, I thought you needed mouths to have words, but in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God, and this and that. So rap is about words. So it's about knowing the penetration of sound, the atoms of sound or whatever that penetrates matter, and sound is necessary. That's why we're not really supposed to pray in silent. The word actually creates and destroys. The word has power. If we speak the wrong words about ourselves, we speak death, we speak disease, we speak negative, we actually is creating that. So if we speak the opposite, then we're gonna be creating that also. If that makes sense. We can prove it. You there? It's a delay.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Here's the link. I want, you know, because a lot of people hopped on and then hopped back off. We talking about Fat Joe, Tariq Nasheed, Lord Jamar, Facebook. I don't know why I keep saying Facebook, associated with FBA. Maybe it's a connection there that the Most High is trying to tell me. FBA, Foundational Black Americans. Let's talk about that term. Let's talk about what that really means. And let's talk about this hip hop thing and what the difference between originate and create mean. I really want to talk about that. No, creation and origination is the same thing. It's semantics. No, it ain't the same thing. I want to hear from you what you know and what you can prove about creation and origination being the same thing, right? Because in Islam, in the Quran and in the Bible, you know, it say, "Let us make man," or it say, "Allah creates you in the wombs of your mothers, stage after stage, until you reach your eventual completion or perfection." He creates, meaning continuous. He didn't say he created. He says he creates you in the womb. It don't say he creates you from dust or from abracadabra nothingness. He creates you in the womb, meaning he's using material that already exists. So hip hop already existed. People was already dancing and spinning around on the ground and rapping and writing on graffiti on walls or whatever. So you tell me, y'all tell me the difference between originating something and creating something, because there is a difference. You don't think it's a difference, but it is a difference.
Yeah, that's real. I think the people who created it was those before us, like in the 70s and the 60s and the 50s and maybe beyond. And hip hop is an extension of those minds And I think it's just the minds of the multitude collaborating with each other or interacting with each other. So everybody put in a so-called 2 cents, and hip hop is what it is today, from an extension of other genres of music or an extension of the things they were doing in the 60s. People like Dolomite and The Last Poet, Jill Scott Heron. I think everything's an extension of that instead of a creation.
But they might not even have been the first ones to do it. But it's still descendants of slaves. So whenever the first slaves was allowed to perform for the slave master, you know what I'm saying, or rap or tap dance or whatever the hell shucking and jiving we was doing, that was the origination of, you know, the culture of hip hop. It wasn't called hip hop. It was slave niggas bug-eyed dancing and rapping for the slave master or for each other or whatever we was doing, right? The first person to intentionally scratch a record as though it was an instrument, whoever the first dude that intentionally did that, that was the originator of scratching. It wasn't the originator of playing records for people that's dancing or DJing. First person with a microphone wasn't the originator of rapping. So, like, are we going to really get into it? Or are we just going to be in our feelings and say, man, I just don't like, he said this and he said that. Okay, you in your feelings like a female or like a child, a baby, or like an animal that don't have knowledge. You just functioning strictly off of instinct and emotion. That's not going to get us nowhere. And then you don't want to hear, you reject knowledge and receipts and facts or whatever. So I agree with Lord Jamar when it comes to that. But I also know why black people is doing each other the way we doing each other. There go my sister that always stops the show. Asia, damn. Thank you, Asia. We gotta definitely stop the show. Let me see. I love that ADOS, FBA men are not backing down on these Fat Joe lies. There you go. We absolutely is not doing that. We are responsible. Like I said before, let me repeat this because I wrote this down earlier. Hold on 1 second. I just said it. We like crackhead parents. We destroyed, right? I'm talking about, even though we are still the geniuses or the gods of all of the talents, all of the art forms, but it came from us being mentally dead. Jazz, gospel, bebop, rock and roll, hip hop, R&B, soul, all of that is God talents and sparks of our divinity, our divine talent. But it still was created while we was mentally dead. We was zombies, mentally and spiritually zombies creating this. And that's how the world looks at us. They reject us and despise us because we're like unfit parents. They embarrassed of us. If your mama is a 304 or a crackhead or meth head, and you know everybody in the neighborhood know that she done you know, blew the homies and did this, and you know everybody on the block then ran through your mama, and you know it, like you hate her for that. We're hated by our children. We're hated by the races that we produced because of the condition that we allowed them to put us in. That's even childish. That's still even mentally and emotionally immature. But you can't blame the children because they didn't ask to be made. The races didn't ask to be made by us. So yeah, we should stand on our ADOS and FBA, but not emotionally. We got to stand on it maturely and responsibly like adults. That's why I salute Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar is doing it intellectually. He's not resorting to calling names or whatever. You know, he actually laughing it off, which is making him look even stronger and making Fat Joe look even goofier. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact, you calling him broke. Like, no, he's not broke. He's not broke in the universal savings and loan. In the God universal savings and loan, he's the opposite of broke. So I just want to, let y'all know that even though we gotta correct or chastise or check Fat Joe, we not trying to destroy Fat Joe. Even if Fat Joe was trying to destroy us, we still trying to preserve, the best part of our brothers and sisters. So I just say that. But again, Asia, man, thank you as always. But I gotta keep it balanced. I gotta keep it balanced as possible. But thank you, guys, sis. You there? Commit? My bad.
No, you good, man. Shout out to the sis, man. All praises to the Most High, man, for that. That's a blessing. You know what I mean? And I was gonna say, but no, that's real, man. And I think somehow, some way, we got to do better, because by it's more broke than rich, right? So it's more broke
Yes.
people, rich people. So to me, by him using that type of language,
Man.
like, you know what I mean, you're gonna spark a internet riot.
No, it's not even a riot. It's not even a riot. You're just gonna make yourself a target.
Yeah.
It's not no riot. You know what I'm saying? Because if Puerto Ricans in New York feel the same way that Fat Joe feel, they still a gross minority. You're gonna get outnumbered. You're grossly outnumbered. So you don't make laws, you don't make weapons, you don't make nuclear bombs or whatever. So, and you don't make the money that Fat Joe got. So you can't defend Fat Joe for that. You just gotta, fall back or whatever you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That can't be defended. So, Fat Joe, unfortunately, he just painted a target on his own back. You know what I'm saying, with that kind of comment.
Yeah, he definitely did, because it perpetuates the same narrative, or divide and conquer. With those that rich will continue to look down on the poor in some phases. You know what I'm saying, and they still create that. And when a lot of people get a little piece of change, you know what I mean, like they say, they feel better when they move in white folks' neighborhood, which I understand. If they doing it because the neighborhood is violent, like it's constant violence, but don't, but maybe that's the wrong way to put it, but I'm just saying,
right. Salute 7 said, we created people like Fat Joe and all the others like him because black men disrespect black women 24/7. Okay, and that's absolutely true in rap songs and all over YT. The hate and disrespect affect black women all around the world. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. So the example that I gave just a minute ago about the races that know that we're their mother and father, but they're embarrassed or they disappointed or they hate our guts because we're unfit. We're like crackhead prostitute mothers or abusive fathers or whatever. So they hate us. If they grew up, if they could, they would get rid of us because of the shame that we caused them, the trauma and the heartache that we caused them. And that also applies to how our black women see us, our black men, right? They see us the same way. You're supposed to be our protector. You're supposed to be our provider. You're supposed to be our defender. You're supposed to be our counselor, our leader, our head. But, you unfit. You a crackhead. You an abuser. You know what I'm saying? So that's also true. However, once a woman do become an adult, if she then chooses to say it's my body, my choice, so I'm gonna go choose to delete 30 million innocent black babies, that don't have nothing to do with the black man or the other races or whatever. That's something you choosing to do. So everybody is a monster. This is the monster's ball around this moment. Everybody is a monster. So we can't point fingers at each other. How about we point fingers at ourselves? Everybody take the accountability for the monstrosities and shit that we know we done did. How about that?
Yeah, you're right.
Delmar.
Hey, how you doing, Brother Camp? I don't see myself on here, but it's all good. The Puerto Ricans are black.
Right.
So, I mean, when he was saying that, when I saw that, I don't know, they black, but I don't
They
understand.
don't
Like,
know that. They don't know that, or they don't believe that, or they don't
yeah,
want to.
because when I
They don't want
asked
to
them
claim
that,
that.
yeah, because when I asked them that, they don't want to put black into nothing about them. But when you look at them, they looking black than a mug.
Yeah, that's because they're embarrassed. Like we're the most despised and rejected people, right? All over the world, nobody loves or honors or respects blacks or Africans because we look like dusty animals, or we look like we ain't contributing nothing. We ain't.
Nah,
And
we
that's
the
because,
gods. We know
I
that.
mean, we know they don't know that. They don't know that. That's why they so quick to abandon us and not claim us. They don't want to claim that we're their parents because we're negligent.
Like you said,
parents.
we've been disrespecting ourselves, and I notice how we disrespect ourselves with gang banging. I be wanting to say that a lot. That gang culture, that's a curse that's been going on since, just say, right after the Black Panthers. I've been doing a little research. The CIA, I believe, brought in the Crips, and because everybody used to say blood, but then somewhere at UCLA, I had to go check my notes, but they brought the Crips in to they brought them in to kind of take us off course. Because if you notice, right around about 70, I'll say around 71 is when the Crips came in, and then I think that went on for a while. Then till the cocaine came in, and the cocaine really had us at odds with each other from New York all the way to Chicago with the disciples. And what do they call them in Chicago? The disciples and the GDs and the vice lords.
Yeah.
It's,
Hold on.
it's always. I'm sorry.
No, you go. Hold on a second. I wanted to invite Got Doe FDD that said melanated, not black. Black is an American term, so that's probably why. Hop on the live with me. You must have just got on here. If it's anything you disagree with me, anybody, do like Delmar is doing right now, and let's talk face to face. Let's see the people. Let's let the people see us talk face to face like men. Let's not type. This is not typing class, journalism, or course stenography class. This is alive, and Brother Cam is asking, especially if you're a black man, let's let the people see us having an intelligent, respectable conversation, even if we disagree. But I cannot respect typing. I cannot respect typing when I'm asking you to get on live like Delmar and the people before him. Go ahead, bro. My bad. Oh, you froze. Damn. Wi-Fi or something. So yeah, man, just get on the live with me. Because I say black and I can stand on it. You say melanated. I don't know. That's the late Johnny come lately term. We know why we say black. Let me hear why you say melanated. Let's have that conversation real quick, even though this is about whatever, but it's about knowledge of self. This is the knowledge of self part of this title, even though it's about Fat Joe and hip hop and FBA and all of that. What does that really mean? So hop on the live with me, bro, that just said that. Uh-oh. There you go. Yeah, something happened with your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I just noticed how we allow separation with we allow separation with Christianity. I mean, that'll be religion, gangs. That gang stuff is a straight curse.
Yeah, well,
a lot of people don't like this.
Everything that happened to us that degenerated us through slavery is a curse. Hold on one second. What's up, Chief?
What's up, man? I thought I'd give you a little opinion on what I think about what's going on.
Man, let us know. You got the flow.
Yeah, it's a trap, man. It's divide and conquer. You know, there's paid ops. You know, Fat Joe. A lot of these people, they're just paid ops. You know, they'll do anything for the couple $1 million, and the money's free. You know what I mean, to the people who are paying them. You know what I mean? They got money. They got money to waste, to blow. So you can either fall for the okie doke, or you could either focus on what's gonna succeed in your life. So, you know, I respect you, and you know,
Nah,
just be careful. Be careful. I think they say, a lot of people say, you know, you don't want other people in your space, and that's respectable. But you know, I think that's a woke term. You know what I mean? Being
Yeah.
woke. You know,
you
so
know
just
the
be.
higher ups. You know the higher ups, even with Hispanics, Mexican, or whatever you want to call the people. Those are really our people. But I noticed how when the drugs came after the Colombians, after they did that with the Nicaragua, when they funded the war, the Contra stuff. Once they stopped selling drugs, or once they did whatever they did out there with the Colombians, then they used the Hispanics to do the drug stuff with from the southern borders. And then that's when really, because I can remember like in 88, 89, blacks used to get along with Hispanics. But then after that drug stuff, that kind of like separated a lot. They start separating us in jail. And so you just gotta watch. You gotta pay attention to if you really go back and check 40 years, what was going on and who's behind everything.
Yeah, I mean, we know that
We know. You know.
the Bible even tell us that Christians is say that my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, not for the lack of feelings, not for the lack of belief, not for the lack of emotions, but for the lack of knowledge. And it said, because you have rejected knowledge. So we in this condition because we reject the receipts and the knowledge and the history and shit, because we want to just do what these devils offer us for a quick abracadabra, just add water, microwave, instant drive through gratification or whatever, and we sell out our people. They've handpicked one or two or three or whatever, whether they from Puerto Rican, whether they from Mexican or black or white or Asian.
Yeah.
They always look for that psychological profile of a person that's willing to sell their people out. And that's what the entertainment industry is full of that. That's what the entertainment industry is. It's those people. It's not. They have talent. They have talent and gift from God, but they have a weakness. They got a psychological weakness that's why the Satans pick them and blow them up.
Yeah. Give them.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
You know, they want to put the a facade that you know, that all the that, you know, you're gonna hear nothing but division in the news. You know what I mean? Everything's coming up from the border, but you know what I mean, the most stuff is coming up from, you know, the big shipments are coming in by plane and boats. So they're you know, basically they use us to ship, you know what I mean, but they do the same thing to drugs. But you know, if you have young men out there, you know what I mean, that are, you know, trying to succeed, you know what I mean, get them into trades, man, and never stop learning, man.
Get them in the trades. My bad. Get them in the trades, and also get them into a unity organization with each other, with like minds. Don't act like y'all are individuals, y'all islands, or y'all some one-man army. No, you know, use your power, your trade, or your skills, or whatever your gifts are as a collective. You know what I'm saying? Your power is in unity, and that's why so many of our people is actually jealous or envious of Mexicans or whoever else, because even though they being helped by the enemy, they still recognize the value of being united, while we trying to be some radical, what you call them, outlaws. And you know, I don't follow no man, and I don't, like dude hit me earlier, but it's FBA and shit. I ain't gonna follow your rules. All right, nigga. That's a nigga right there. All right, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Don't follow my rules.
We've been brainwashed. Television, the television, they brainwashed us since the movies Colors came out.
Right.
You know, young minds are easy to manipulate. So if they
Right.
see other people, black and brown people, committing crimes and joining gangs, you know what I mean, that's what they're not going to show anything positive about us. They're not going to show us.
Yeah, but let me stop you. It's not young minds. The problem is us, our generation. The problem, the people that's arguing with me or whatever, is my age. They in their 40s and 50s. I don't have no blame whatsoever on the youth. It's the parents. It's us that poison them. So I'm checking the head. I'm getting it at the head. I'm not getting it at the branches or the leaves or the fruits. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. That's very true. It starts at the top.
Yeah,
and
but continue though, and then I'm gonna let.
Oh, that's it, man. Yeah, I mean, young minds are easy to twist. That's why the rap music they put it out there so boldly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They pay these people to disrespect themselves and be degenerates and wickedness. You know what I mean? So, it's you got to be smart out there, and definitely education is key. You know what I mean? Teach young men should be taught how to build their houses, or a building maintenance class and a car mechanic class. They'll never be without work. You know what I mean? So, hey man, God bless you guys. You have a good one.
Man, God bless you, Chief. Thank you, bro. All right. Zev said facts. Colors, the movie Colors came out and gangbanging went worldwide. Absolutely. Just like the blaxploitation, just like Sambo and all of the terrible stereotypical images of black descendants of slaves went worldwide through who? The small hats of Hollywood, the entertainment industry, the curriculum, false curriculum by, the small hats that took control over that, the Rothschilds or whoever there was, the Rockefellers that took over the American educational curriculum and taught that we was 3/5 of a human, we was weak, feeble-minded and slave. Like they saved us by putting us in slavery because we used to be monkeys, swinging around in Africa with bones in our nose or something like that. We was savage, just like they said the Native Americans were savage animals or whatever, and they civilized them by giving them smallpox in a blanket. So we know the history now, so we don't have no excuse. We didn't have, especially black people, we didn't have Malcolm X, we didn't have the Honorable Elijah Muhammad Ali, Minister Farrakhan, Brother Khaled. We didn't have the example for the last 94 years. So we don't have no more excuses. That's why Grace is up. That's why we having this conversation.
To get it right.
Yep.
We got to get right.
Yeah. Here's the StreamYard link. I'm not saying that I know it all and I'm absolute and I'm correct on everything. So, but I'm saying that I do want to be challenged. I want the people that disagree with me, especially if you my own people, to get on here live with me and challenge me. Bring your proof, bring your receipts. Do not bring your feelings. Feelings mean absolutely nothing here. My feelings don't mean nothing, and your feelings don't mean nothing. All we concerned about is facts, truth, receipts. That's it.
Right. Okay, Brother Cam, I'm gonna talk to you.
Man, salute.
Peace.
I appreciate
I'm watching the show all the time.
Man, for sure. Anytime you got something you want to say, just pop back on. It's all good.
All right.
All right, bro. Peace. There's a StreamYard link. That's me, West Coast. I represent, what I represent. So I'm a hip hop rap vet pioneer from Los Angeles. I know Fat Joe and I know Tariq. I don't know Tariq, but I know Lord Jamar. I know Lord Jamar and I know Fat Joe. So and I'm a factor in this hip hop thing, and I'm a factor in knowledge of self of original and indigenous people, and I'm a factor in the LA street life or whatever. So if you know better than me, you disagree with me, and you know better than me, just hop on here with me, shut me up. I can be knocked out. I can be faded. So get on here and do it. Typing words will never do it. You know what I'm saying? Typing words makes you look like Fat Joe against Lord Jamar. You typing words to me or against me makes you look like Fat Joe looks towards Lord Jamar. So that's not the way to beat me. That's not the way to do it. I'm telling you the rules of how it has to be done. So if you're not doing it, then you really don't want to beat me.
Yo, so Cam.
Yeah.
So do you ever see hip hop getting to a level of the conscious that you're talking about or you speaking on? Do you ever see it getting to that level again or to a point?
It's at that level. It never stopped being at that level. You talking about commercially? No, commercially, the Satans and the small hats that give you, the choices that the public have. No, that'll never happen. That's not gonna happen. Satan will never do that again.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, I understand. You got a lot of under what they would call underground artists that's real heavily conscious.
And why are they underground? Why was Farrakhan banned or Reza Islam or Brother Ben X or me or Trump? Like, why are they getting censored and who is censoring them? Who's calling everybody anti-Semitic? Because obviously they control what you hear. They got the power to control whether you're going to be heard or not by us. Who are they? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess it's they still fear the rise of black messiahs, and they fear the fact that those messages will spark the brain, not just the youth, but people that's adults as well.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Tupac. And a lot of people quote Tupac saying that he's going to spark the brain. No, the Messiah is sparking the brain. The Messiah sparked Tupac's brain. You know what I'm saying? So let's not give this to rappers. Let's not worship rappers. You know what I'm saying? Or singers or entertainers or politicians. Because singers, rappers, entertainers, or politicians ain't who enslaved us for 400 years. And that's not who woke us up. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess what I was saying, when I was using it like sparking the brain for us, like, how Bob Marley, he sparked millions of minds. That was like on a conscious kind of level.
But where did he get his consciousness from?
The Most High.
I'm just saying, what doctrine? You know what I'm saying? What gave him his pro-black doctrine? Why? He's biracial. He's biracial. He didn't start out like that. Who did he listen to that start talking about God as a living man?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure.
Who else was saying God is a living man at that time?
The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
There you have it. Who was talking about I be saying this argument a lot, Black Hebrew Israelites, you know what I'm saying? Okay, they were saying that this, we were saying we was Hebrew Israelites, or Marcus Garvey was saying, okay, if we was Hebrew Israelites and we going by the Bible, then who is the Moses and the Aaron? Who is the Moses and the Aaron? If you identify us because we went through 400 years of slavery as being the children of Israel and the God's chosen people, them same people that went through 400 years of slavery had a Moses and an Aaron and a Joshua and a Caleb. Where are those men? Because if we here, then the men is here too. So who are those men? And I asked I had a couple of conversations with brother Captain Tazariak of one of the Hebrew Israelite nation, and we agreed to disagree because I kept pointing out who the fulfillment of these figures are, and he was saying, well, it don't mean that, it didn't mean that. I'm like, all right, somebody gonna have to be the leader. You're gonna have to identify whoever the y'all leader is.
I see what you're saying though. So what you're saying is, and correct me if I'm wrong. So what you're saying is that in order for us to fit that prophecy to the T, we should be able to identify a Moses that came from amongst us in this time. We should have a Jesus that came amongst us in this time, which we can identify.
Right. And they say that happened already. They say that part happened already. So that, this ain't the fulfillment of it. So of course we clearly disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? We clearly disagree, because if you're saying it happened already, so you're saying we went through slavery 400 years twice. You know what I'm saying? There's no history in ancient Egypt or nothing that we ever went through that before. That's a prophecy. That's the Bible is a book of prophecy.
Yeah, most definitely. I see what you're saying though. If we should have had that. Well, I know that that how you identify who's that Christ and who's that Moses, but our people, we still looking for a lot of our people still looking for a Christ that we can't identify, because we still have an argument whether he was black or white or Arab, Arabian or something.
Right. And why will we have to read a book if it don't have nothing to do, if the characters and the situations and the events was history and they happened back then? Why the hell I need to read about something in history that's not happening or not going to happen in my time? That don't even make no sense. Why would I waste my time and energy with that?
That's true, and I think that's why a lot of people become atheists, because they feel like the book has no substance. Even though I know they kind of wrong. Without, we know that the book has proper understanding if you're equipped with the right, understanding of it. But I think it does push a lot of people away, because I know a lot of brothers that say, "Oh man, you might as well just throw the book in the trash can. It's not a history book. It's not going to help me in 2024 with nothing when it comes to STEM or science, technology, and mathematics." You hear that type of argument.
OWU, Original World Union, says it always goes into an argument. Meanwhile, Marcus Garvey said God is a living man before Elijah Muhammad. The Bible says God is a living man before Elijah Muhammad. So we talking about who that living man is. You want to get on here with me, OWU? Let's have that conversation. Like I said, if it's anything I'm saying that you disagree with, please get on the live with me so I can respect you. I can give you the respect that you are due. Because if you don't do that, then I can't respect that. That's just me personally. I'm not saying you're not a respectful or respectable person, but if you won't make yourself available like I am for a discussion, then I can't respect that. I can't really even acknowledge that, because that's what we talking about. Man, thank you, man. Brother Williams, hop on the live with me though, bro. And let's talk about it. William Owen says, great wisdom, sir. Walaikum salam. For the family, the Latin word dis meaning apart, and trahir meaning drag, distraction, the dragging apart action of the mind. Cam, great build and bringing knowledge, wisdom, understanding back to the forefront. Man, thank you, bro William. I'm definitely gonna give you some tools and some armor when I get off of here, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you for helping us do what we do over here. Thank my sister Asia and everybody that be contributing. Thank you very much. Asia is definitely a different animal, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that. But OWU, can you get on live with us or with me? It ain't even us, it's just with me. Ain't nobody gonna interrupt you. I want the people to see and benefit from the discussion that you brought up on your comment about Marcus Garvey saying God was a living man. And I could have been more clear. Maybe I was unclear, and I would correct my own words if I said nobody else said nothing about living man, or if you was talking about Marcus Garvey, I was talking about identifying who the living man is. Because if Marcus Garvey was claiming he something that sounded like Hebrew Israelite doctrine, that we are the people, the chosen people of the Bible, then he would have to also identify who the Moses and Aaron of us is. Was he the Moses? Did he say he was the Moses and Aaron of the 400-year slaves of North America? So let's have that conversation. Heathen Deluxe, God is a construct. Can you get on here with me? And I mean, I can't force y'all, man. I can't force y'all to follow, instructions. I'm just putting it out there, and I'll keep on asking the question, why won't you get on here and have a conversation with me? That's all. And I already told you how I view that. If anything that I'm saying that you disagree with, OWU, I sent the link. Here go the link again. Here go the StreamYard link again. City to City Enterprise. You see, I'm reading the comments. I see they was going in on me. I don't know. I'm just now getting over here into the comment section. Man, I'm scrolling, my bad. But I'm still listening, Komet.
Oh, no doubt. But yeah, man, I just often wonder, do you think the West Coast would ever unite as a whole at some point?
No. I mean, nobody's going to unite as a whole like that. Some people ain't going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Prophecy says that, a third of the population is going to be destroyed by God's angels. So I believe that. So that means everybody ain't going to make it. OWU, you said don't ignore me. I don't see you. You ain't showed up yet. You ain't even showed up yet.
No, I see. I feel what you're saying. So you saying, my bad, I had a phone call. So you saying you don't see it ever uniting as a whole?
Nobody's going to ever unite as a whole. Only people that's going to unite as a whole are people of like minds. Only the people of like minds are going to unite as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Don't that make sense?
Yeah, no doubt.
All brothers ain't brothers. All black people ain't gonna make it. All white people ain't gonna not make it. Some white people gonna make it, and some black people not gonna make it. So it's the people of like minds.
You're right. Well, I was wondering, I guess from the outside looking in, with Kendrick making a lot of noise on the West Coast, and I'm on the outside looking in. I didn't know it was the West Coast reforming itself or rejuvenating itself with like-minded brothers, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is, but it ain't gonna be everybody. Your question was everybody gonna unite. Hell no, everybody ain't gonna unite.
No, I know that's real, because I understand the different beefs that I've heard about just abroad, with just in this general, everybody ain't gonna never get along, especially with amongst our people.
Well, no, don't say that. I'm not saying everybody ain't never gonna get along. The people that's gonna be left on the earth is gonna get along. Right now, these people is not ever gonna all get along, but all these people is gonna get wiped out. So the people that's left are all gonna get along. They're gonna all be on the same page.
So those people that's gonna get left, that's gonna be us. And how would that look like? Like, is that what it's talking about? A new heaven and a new earth, or a new kingdom coming out of Jerusalem, coming down, or something?
Absolutely. That's called the Jubilee. So you got 6 days of Satan, or 6,000 years of Satan, but on the 7th day is the Jubilee. That's the beginning of living without Satan. And that's why the Bible say, eyes have not seen and ears have not heard, nor has it entered into the heart or the mind of man exactly what that life will be like, because we never experienced it before. We have never had a time that there was not devil or that negative force that was interrupting and causing us trouble and problems. But now this is the season, finally, in history, after trillions of years, this last little vacuum of time of 6,000 years is getting rid of that negative force expression, or that devil expression. So now the physics of creation itself, the quantum physics, quantum mathematics has been perfected by Master Fard Muhammad. So atoms and molecules ain't even going to be configured the way that they used to be. The creation is going to be new. Behold, I make all things new, a new heaven and a new earth, because it's now perfected physics.
I see what you're saying. So there's it. So is that still pertaining to when the scriptures talks about a child will be able to put his hand in the adder hole or something to that effect? Or I forgot the rest of it.
My bad. I'm sorry. Chris Tucker says, Brother Cam, the so-called black man in the so-called land of the free alone is a mind F. The 94 years of leaders, this is an unprecedented event. The only slaves in the history of the U.S. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know if you're agreeing, disagreeing. Can you get on the live with me? Can anybody get on the live with me? It's easy. Brother Kemet, you've been on live every day with me. You didn't blow up. The feds didn't come kick your door in or nothing, did they? I didn't bite your head off, right? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
No, not at all, man. Not at all, man. No fear. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So
man, Big Dave Lartigue, Compton, Hub and the Dub. Say, yeah, I see you. Say your phone was tripping, your phone is broke. But yeah, we already know that. But I'm talking about OWU. I don't know if y'all know how to tune in on this. Oh, I guess that's just a computer, just a regular computer. But you got it. If you own here, I'm pretty sure that you gotta. Does YouTube require that you have a YouTube account for you to be able to comment on YouTube lives?
in some cases, I think so. You have to be signed in.
Okay, because I don't know how that works, but I know that I keep on posting up this StreamYard link to go live, and ain't nobody on in the back backstage but you. You the only one backstage, so I don't know. Tried. It says device not connected. You got to connect your camera and your mic before you can come through. SB Global. SB. There you go. SB. Can you hear me? I don't know what's going on.
I hear you. Am I coming through clean?
Yeah, you tried. So I don't know which one is which. I just gonna leave both of them up there because you up here as two different people. So one say tried and one say SB.
Oh, I think I got my mic on now. I'm tried.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Tried. What's your thoughts, bro? And then SB, I get to you.
Well, I think some of the beliefs that FBA got, I stand with. I mean, we got a clean house. I think they're starting at a good point, and we kind of identifying the people that really don't belong right now. I think eventually we'll take responsibility for the things that we've done, but right now it is looking like unity.
Oh, you talking about with the FBA movement?
Yeah. Yes.
I agree with that, and all the movement don't necessarily have to be squeaky clean, and it's gonna be a little chaotic before order come out of it. So
yeah,
I'm just concerned with unnecessary beef. Beef. I know my people. And if you stir my people up emotionally, then they want to get physical. They're gonna be off some alcohol or some drugs or something like that, and then they're gonna do something physical, and it's gonna turn into a whole different kind of distraction. So, and it don't even be the ones that's arguing that's gonna kick it off. Just like Drake or whoever and Kendrick, it's gonna be they homies or they people or somebody that's not even Drake and Kendrick that's gonna lose their life over.
That's true. That's true.
So my job is to make sure that don't happen as much as possible.
Yeah, for the most part, just watching them though. I mean, the people that's down with it seemed pretty civilized though. It just seemed like they're getting their dignity. They're standing with each other. It's like a brotherhood right now. It just seemed like everybody getting it together.
If that's true, do you think COINTELPRO is not going to be involved?
I think they will if it looks like there's a leader, if they keep trying to pin it on one dude. But if it's just a bunch of people with like minds and we carrying that pride and dignity, it'll be hard. But if they let it look like we got a leader, I think it will, be able to infiltrate or whatever you want to call it.
So you think it's easier to infiltrate if they got a leader? Then
Oh
than if they
yeah.
don't?
Oh, definitely. Then it looks like he's like in charge, and they can, say he's responsible for a group or something like that. Then they can call it a hate group and everything else.
So I hear you. I disagree, but I hear you.
Okay.
Hold on, but don't go nowhere. Stay here.
Okay.
SB.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, Cam?
Man, you got a piece to you, big guy. What you think about this?
He seemed like he had an agenda. You know what I mean? He wanted to play it off like
who is that?
Wasn't,
which one? Who?
That he really wanted to speak on.
Who?
Like he wasn't trying. I'm talking about Fat Joe.
Oh, okay.
Was that the topic, or am I?
Yeah, but I don't know if you was talking about Tariq or Lord Jamar or Fat Joe.
Okay, yeah, Fat Joe. I mean, he seems he wanted to seem like he wasn't really educated on what he was talking about, but he seemed well informed. You know what I mean?
Right.
I see him, hosting the BET Awards, being the counter World Series performer to Ice Cube. I'm like, when did he earn this position? When did the people say that Fat Joe is the representation of East Coast rap?
Does the people ever make that decision, or do somebody else make that decision?
Well, I think that the people usually somewhat approve. You know what I mean?
They approve of anything they're fed. Like the people are sheep. The people they're consumers. They don't produce anything. So just by knowing that, anything that they worship the media, they worship celebrities. So whoever controls the making of celebrities, whoever controls the printing of money and the making of celebrities or media attention, that's who the people submit to.
Right, but I feel like this was to the disapproval of the people. You know what I mean? I'm sure people, when they crowned Notorious Big King of New York, that had the people's approval. When it was,
that didn't have the West Coast's approval.
It had the West Coast approval, but then it was like the thing with Nas and Jay-Z. You know what I mean? So it's like the streets wanted Nas, the mainstream wanted Jay-Z, but the streets end up winning, right?
Right.
In that quote unquote battle that they had.
Right.
But as far as this Fat Joe, how did he's the host of the BET Awards. So I feel like he and the whole thing when he came out with Lean Back, my niggas don't dance. I had a problem with that from the jump. Now,
do you have a problem with black people saying nigga to each other? Somewhat. I'm just being honest. I know, but who should you? I agree. I hear you. I say it too. So who should you have? Who should we have the biggest problem with saying nigga? Somebody else or us?
Well, hey, we gotta clean up our mess. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of mess to clean up.
Right. Who owns BET? Who owns BET?
Viacom, I believe, right?
So it's not Bob Johnson no more, right?
No.
So that's your answer right there, right?
Yeah. But it's just crazy that, that's what we call in black entertainment. Now, I know you say that the Puerto Rican is black, and that may or may not be true, but they disconnect themselves from us. You know what I mean?
Didn't we disconnect? Don't we disconnect ourselves from us?
True.
So we're the one teaching them how to treat us by how we treat ourselves, how we treat each other. We can't blame nobody. If we don't like what they doing to us, that's showing us what we doing to each other. They could never do that to us if we wasn't doing that to each other first.
I hear you. I'm on the West Coast too. I'm in LA. You know what I mean? So I'm not a part of the gang culture, although I am connected to it.
You're from there, but you just ain't banging that. So you from it.
Not at all. But it's a part of my culture. It's a part of relationships that I have with different people.
Right.
People that are enemies as well as allies. You know what I mean? And I got people right now that's part of enemy gangs where the ones you would think are the worst are the ones pushing to hopefully have this be the last generation of gang banging. You know what I mean? And then the ones who are, you know, who would be called the good gang bangers or the not so violent gang bangers, they don't know how to bring those two worlds together to bring peace amongst the gangs.
Right. It's a process. All of this is a process, and we participants in it. So, you know, I salute them and us for even trying, and what little contribution that we gonna add to it. Hang on one second though. SB. OWU. Let's chop it up. Peace to you, my brethren.
Yo, blessings. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. I see you and hear you.
I just wanted to make sure everybody hear me. First of all, I want to say gratitude because Marcus Garvey has been officially, and as we know, that's just a ceremony, but he was officially pardoned in Jamaica. And
pardoned by who?
The Jamaican government. That's why I said it's just ceremonial. It's not nothing doing anything for anybody.
Oh, okay. Is the Jamaican government white or black? Who pardoned him? Were they white or black?
The Jamaican government is broke down into a servitude condition. They, you know, that historic make them think they free, but really they ain't. That's the type of shit Jamaica. I lived years of my life in Jamaica, but I'm from the IE. I'm from Southern California. I'm from San Bernardino City, not San Bernardino County. So I'm from where the shit really go down, just like South Central LA. My family moved there from Watts. So, you know, I met you in 91 at a Nation of Islam event at Compton College. That's the first time I rapped for you. You asked me to rap. I was younger than you, you know. But in regards to my comment, we respect each other, and I respect NOI, and obviously a lot of my teachings that helped me keep from self-destructing did come from the Nation of Islam, Rastafari and Nation of Islam, because I was taught Rastafari within the family. I was taught, because I'm in Southern California, it was a lot of Nation of Islam brothers down in the IE and Southern and in South Central that taught me things. But I was taught before I was taught about Elijah Muhammad. My first foster parents were from the Nation of Islam. I was taught about Marcus Garvey, and that exact teaching that you taught, and it's a lot that was taught from Marcus Garvey that Elijah Muhammad taught, and I think they just brothers in the same struggle. That's what I was really alluding to, and I'm really grateful that you would bring me up, because I hope people can understand that like one generation teaches the next. You know, Marcus Garvey was older than Elijah Muhammad, born first in the 1800s and whatnot, and so we know they just one family, just like Malcolm X dad was a Garveyite, like Ho Chi Minh that freed and defeated him, and the Vietnamese and Chinese defeated United States. He was just like Master Farad Muhammad. He was going to teachings. He was going to their meetings.
Well, that's not just like Farad Muhammad, and that's what I want to get into. I want to get into
meetings.
No, I'm talking about what they taught. I'm talking about what they taught. So none of them taught theology. Did Marcus Garvey teach theology?
I'm asking you a question. He wasn't valuable. He didn't bring value to Farad Muhammad.
I didn't say none of that.
I'm asking.
I don't even know what you asked because you're talking so fast.
I said it. I said, and everyone can hear me.
I can't hear you.
Did Marcus Garvey bring value to Farad Muhammad when Farad Muhammad went to his meetings?
Farad Muhammad went to what meetings? Marcus Garvey meetings?
Garvey meetings.
Can you prove that? Can you prove
that? That's well-known teachings.
No, it's not.
What am I supposed to prove? Because no matter what I say,
you said it, brother. Listen. We just calm down. You making claims. This is not about beliefs or feelings. This is about providing receipts. Can you provide the receipts for the claim you just made? Yes or no?
Pretty much not. Because no matter what source I say, somebody could say whatever they want to say. If
All
we
right,
don't
bro.
have a long time to prove it, nobody's gonna look at it.
That's why I don't bring up stuff like that. I don't bring up stuff that I can't prove, and
Can
that's a
you
lesson
prove
for anybody, brother.
Can you
brother.
prove that he didn't?
Huh?
Can you prove that he did not go?
No, I wouldn't. Why would I try to prove that he didn't?
And I ain't taking nothing from him. I'm just saying, like, why are we so?
You producing like
why are
straw
we
man? You producing unnecessary
devaluing
straw
Marcus
man.
Garvey?
I'm gonna have to mute you, bro. You producing unnecessary straw man arguments. If I'm
Excuse me.
asking you,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ken. My fault.
If I'm asking you specific questions that's relevant to what you claim what you claimed about Marcus Garvey, right? Did Marcus Garvey claim that he was the Messiah? Yes or no?
Marcus Garvey, can you hear me?
All right, I'm gonna have to let you go, bro, because now
You muting me, man.
Excuse
I'm
me.
not muting you. I ain't muted you at all.
You said I'm gonna mute you. You said it.
I didn't mute you though. I said I'm
Okay,
going to
I
mute
thought
you.
you did. It's my bad. You said it.
Can you answer the question now?
Say it again.
Did Marcus Garvey ever say he was the Messiah? He believed in the Bible, right? Did he ever say he was any character in the Bible?
Nah.
So he's not like Elijah Muhammad or Master Fard Muhammad, because he
was.
Brother. All right, let me mute you.
Brother Cam, excuse me, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, I think this is the problem right here. You get a lot of guys that come on, and it's like everybody want to be the smartest, and it's like, you know, respect to Marcus Garvey, but he didn't produce anything. Like, I don't know anybody that's pushing his beliefs where they're making, like, you know, a wave out here. You know, only the nation, you know, got people that's producing out here, and it's like it's not even a comparison.
Right, and the biggest thing is that he's not alive. He's not physically alive. So no intelligent person is going to follow a dead leader, a leader that cannot hold you accountable for your misrepresentation of them and their teachings. And that leader would also have been evolving in his teachings if he was still alive. You trying to hold to a 1930 teachings and it's 2025 damn near. So where is your Garveyite teacher leader in 2025? Don't talk to me. That's why we don't talk about Jesus and Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon them. That was thousands of years ago. Where is the messenger of Allah today? Where is Moses today? Where is Jesus today? You understand?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm learning. I'm here to learn. I'm
So
not sure if you can hear me, but I'm here to learn.
We hear you.
All right. Well, you know, I'm here to learn. I'm going up as I receive. So I'm here to receive. I'm not here to debunk or I just am where I am with my learnings. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you bringing me on. It's nothing but gratitude. Like I agree actually with what you're saying. Absolutely. I just think that people like Marcus Garvey, Harriet Tubman and stuff, I think everyone appreciates them. But at the same time, we have to sometimes slow down enough to look back at what they taught and stuff.
Well, we in the nation, you know, we taught that we standing on the shoulders of Marcus Garvey. We standing on the shoulders of Noble Drew Ali. We stand on the shoulders of every black person, ancestor that brought anything of value to us, but they were not the Messiah. They were not the destined or the prophesied son of man, individual man that's written of in the scriptures. They were not those men. They preceded those men. They might have heralded and said, you know, look out for those men. They on their way and I represent them, but you know, I'm not them. When
as a matter of fact, I think Marcus Garvey made mistakes. I agree with you.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, you know, I'm just trying to get it clear. I don't even know how we got on this subject, but I know it had to do with you saying the so-called black people or because didn't you say something about so-called black instead of melanated? That wasn't you?
I said, no, that's not me. All I said was Marcus Garvey, for what I knew that Farad Muhammad, because Farad Muhammad went to a university and he chose to go sit in and did some work, some dissertation type of work, and because he went and sat in with Marcus Garvey in some of his teachings or his speeches, that he put some of those teachings in his writings at the university. And
what teachings? I want to give you the floor to let us know what teachings that Master Fard Muhammad got from Elijah Muhammad. Let us know that you're aware of.
I don't know, but I think it's.
You don't know.
Hold on, I don't know specifically.
Just give me a roundabout.
But hold on. But
I'm not gonna hold on because you
that man was not a black man, and for him to know so much, that man was not a black American man. He wasn't even from America. So, like, for him to know so much, that shows that he put a lot of work in to learn. Master Fard Muhammad put a lot of work in to learn.
That wasn't the question, brother. That was not the question.
That's all I know. I don't.
All right. SB, what's your thoughts, man?
You know, he seems like an earnest learner, and he seems quite passionate about, you know, his research, he has an emotional connection to Marcus Garvey, and I think that that's probably where he's going wrong, because, you know, you don't know Marcus Garvey, so it's like, yeah, just, you know, get your lesson, do your research. But you're saying stuff that you can't prove, and then you get tripped up, you know, when you're questioned about it. And it's okay, because, you know, we all, you know, we draw conclusions, and it sounds like, you know, it made sense to you at the time that, you know, maybe Master Fard got tutelage from Marcus Garvey, and that may be true. We don't know. But you can't prove it, so you can't say it like it's a fact.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
And bro, OWU, what's your name? What can we call you? Because
I'm David. I'm David Dimitri. People know me as David. They call me Da in the Muslim community, and amongst the Rastas, they call me Dawood.
So you believe in God? You believe in the Bible, the Christian Bible, right?
I believe we are the true and living God.
No, listen to what I said specifically. If you believe in Haile Selassie or Marcus Garvey, you don't.
I believe that we are.
What do you believe right now today?
We are the black man and woman is true and living God. The indigenous people of the planet Earth are the true and living God. I don't believe in a mystery God.
So what theology do you believe in? Like what doctrine about God do you believe in?
That we're the true and living God.
Does it have a title? Does it have a name? Because if that's
just like Jehuti, or you call it Tahuti, I learned knowledge and I just apply it. I don't deal with none of that. I don't deal with none of that religion.
What is the reference to your belief system, though? What is it based upon?
I deal with knowledge and truth. I don't deal with beliefs.
But knowledge from who?
I believe in myself.
Knowledge from who? Where did you get the knowledge that you saying is knowledge that we're God? Where did you get that idea from?
You can learn all that from.
I'm asking you. I'm not asking where we can learn it from.
A lot of my knowledge from the teachings of black women and men of all ways of life, of good people, not just black, of all ranges of life. I deal with knowledge and truth. I don't deal with
what makes black people God. What makes black people God?
So the ancient Kemets taught that soul.
So you believe in the ancient Kemets?
I don't believe. I believe in myself.
Well, you believe. You said the ancient Kemets.
Categorize me, and I really have.
You just said the ancient Kemets, bro. You just said the ancient Kemets is what you believe in.
No, I didn't. You did. You interpreted that way. I never said anything like that. I brought them up.
You refer to their teachings, though. So you use their teachings to base your belief system.
Does not mean that's my belief. That's one source. I already said I've received knowledge, and I accept truth, and I reject falsity. And that's why I'm willing to learn, and I am learning from you, because I just learned tonight that the sources that I got from could be very wrong about what they claim. And I actually feel more comfortable agreeing or with what you guys are saying about Master Fard Muhammad and Marcus Garvey. So I just don't like
Are you
categorize.
are you a member of any black organization?
Not a member of no organization.
Have you ever been a member of any black organization?
No, sir.
Do you think that black people can be successful, especially black men, can be successful as islands, as independent, outcasts or whatever? Or do you?
No.
Can I finish my sentence?
Yeah.
Do you believe that we should be united? Black people, especially black men, should be united on the basis of blackness or God or truth or righteousness or any of that?
Absolutely. That's wonderful.
Yes, but you're not united with no black men, right?
Nope, I am. I just don't claim anything. I have too many even rival groups. I'm friends with brothers over here and brothers over here.
Then why can't you mention all of the groups?
I just did. I told you I learned from all the sources.
All right, brother.
I learned from all the.
I'm gonna let you go.
No disrespect, but that's a disturbance, man. Like that conversation, that's what stirs things up. That's chaos, man. No other way to say it. That's chaotic.
Yeah, and I wanted to let it display itself, and I wanted y'all to comment on it. So I'm gonna be quiet and tell me what you thought about that.
I felt like he refused to listen to logic. You got to have references nowadays. You got to have a book to go to. People want proof. And I felt like whatever his beliefs was, he should have got it together so it made sense when it came out of his mouth. You know what I mean? Because I didn't understand anything except he was being combative.
Right.
And that's hard to watch because you just said it's our age group. That's hard to watch, man.
Well, let me bring him up and y'all can talk it out for a few minutes. Turn your mic down, David.
All right.
We hear the echo feedback.
Hold on. All right, I'm trying. Hold on. I'm not sure. I'm turning down I'm not used to this, man. So I think the volume, is it ridiculously loud or some shit?
Well, you good now. So can you respond to what tried? Just
I was kind of talking to the people here and listening to somebody, so I heard some of what he said. But there's a thing called projecting, and there's cognitive dissonance. So I don't expect anything. I have expectation management, and I have a brother. They just text message. Hopefully he show up. He live in an apartment. He's a little older than me. He's actually from Compton, and I just feel like he understands me, and I think you will relate with him a little bit better. But
he's with you right now.
Y'all need to understand something. The brother that was just speaking, you and everything, I'm one of you. I can't do nothing about this. Come meeting you under these circumstances where I kind of had to learn something. But this, projecting and then blaming and cognitive dissonance is not what I wanted to cause. And I respect how y'all saying he's causing confusion. It's not about me. It's about that somebody might need to learn. And honestly, when I walk away from this, I'm going to say, hey, I learned something last night. I learned that I had something to learn, and that's why I'm here. And I just want y'all to know that's why I'm here. I'm actually.
Yeah,
I'm not here I don't think I'm all that. I'm not crazy,
No, nobody said that. That's all respect. All right, so I see you have dreads. So you're not Rasta. You're not Rastafarian.
No, I'm not. I lived in Jamaica for 2.5 years. I lived in Southern Africa.
Why do you have dreads?
Because I was on a spiritual journey about 25 years ago, and at some point of that, it was real bad where I'm from, and the Hispanics and whites were being real racist and killing us. And it was real bad. And it was a brother named Benoni. He was from Ghana, but he lived all over the world. He was a Rasta, and I had nowhere to live, and he brought me in. I ended up growing locks like him, and he took me to Jamaica. I stayed for like months. And
why do you still have dreads?
That was my first head of dreads, and then I ended up cutting that off because of a job I had, and then I grew some more, over
Why?
the
I'm
years,
asking why. The
it
question is
became
why.
part of my identity. It became part of just
Why is it your
owning
identity?
myself.
I mean, I'm
It's
saying listen to the
Mhm.
question, bro. I'm trying to get you to hurt because we don't have a lot of time. I've been on here for 2 hours, right? What does dreads mean to you? Why do you have them? If you learned it from a roster, that's from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But you say you don't believe in the
I just don't
Bible.
claim religion. I don't do that. But I
Well,
love
I'm not
I
asking
love the
necessarily
Quran.
about religion, bro.
I
I'm
love the
asking
Quran
God.
Bible.
God is not religion. God is theology. It's a difference between theology and religion. So you saying about projecting, you're constantly projecting instead of just answering direct questions. So if I'm asking you why do you have dreads, I'm asking you what spiritual, belief system that you titled, and you don't want to give me no direct answers. I'm asking you what organization you're a part of, and you're not answering none of my questions directly, right? So you muted right now. You're muted right now. So hold on. I'm asking you because I'm trying to. Oh, okay. Well. Damn. Okay. All right.
And that's I wasn't attacking him or nothing like that, but that's what I was saying. In one breath he was saying he was trying to learn, but in the other breath he was arguing, so it was kind of hard to get where he was coming from. That's all. And I feel like if he's eager to learn, he got to put his sources together because it still got to make sense,
Yeah. I mean, in real life, like if you believe in dead men, you must be used to following dead men because they're not going to check you. They're not going to hold you accountable for what you let fly out your mouth. So if you're dealing with live men, especially like us, and you say something, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be quiet and in silence, and you're going to be able to meditate and think that the ancestors is backing you up, because a live man going to say, what you say? Prove that. You know what I'm saying?
And no disrespect, but he couldn't drop jewels on like young people. Like they would be confused.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he's just on, like you say, he's still on his journey, just like when you said about his dreads. He couldn't give you an answer,
He could. No, he could have. He was just ducking and dodging. He could have given me an answer to every question I asked him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This man talk over here. This is not, your mama coddling you and trying to preserve your feelings. And now this man talk over here. We're going to tell you exactly what it is.
Why do you think he was dodging the question?
That's a good question. I think he was dodging the question probably because he didn't want to look foolish or stupid, or you know what I'm saying. So you have to try to defend yourself live, like I wasn't, because he said something like, I'm not crazy. Like nobody called you crazy. You already projected a fear of what you fearing how we look at you a certain way. Nobody called you crazy.
I got from that he's been pretty impressionable. Like a lot of influence everywhere he's been. Like he's been, influenced by a lot of things. Right. He just got to put it together, make it make sense. If it does.
It seems to me
you got to learn some manhood rules of engagement lessons while you do that, because if you're still wearing dreads because somebody took care of you and did something good for you, you could be like, you know what I'm saying? You could be like Al Sharpton. I'm wearing this perm because I'm honoring James Brown or some shit like that. But you gonna keep honoring him, or like, do you believe in the perm? Like what?
Sounded like he took a lot of information on face value. Sound like he got a lot of information on face value and ran with it. Like when you asked him a question about who told him Master Fard Muhammad went to counsel with Marcus Garvey, and he couldn't answer it. So I think he took a lot of information off face value and was just running with what he heard probably online.
Well, my scientist, my extraordinary God scientist wife was just listening a minute ago to David, and she said one thing that y'all kind of didn't see is that he mentioned his foster parents, his foster mother.
I heard that.
Right? So, and that has a lot to do with what y'all saying about being impressionable, or not having that nurturing or that guidance or whatever. So if anybody he might be love starved, like we all are. We starved for love, or we might have been abused by a parent or something like that. So anybody that shows him certain type of, you know,
interest,
yeah, that he's gonna conform and get under their tutelage and try to find the mother or the father that he never had or whatever, and probably got burnt by that, and then got burnt by this and burnt by that. So he might be very highly spiritually sensitive. That don't mean rainbow. That don't mean sweet. He just might be a highly sensitive, you know, spiritual brother that, you know, that responds like that. So
he was actually looking for acceptance from us. He was like, I'm just like y'all. Like, don't shun me. You know, accept me, embrace me. You know, I'm willing to learn. You know, he's used to feeling like an outsider.
Yeah, looking like it seemed like he wanted somewhere to belong. Like he's been looking for a place.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all 1,000%. And I wanted to say to Dave, I apologize, bro. I apologize for you know, maybe pushing you wrong kind of way, because a lot of us, that's why I be trying to be careful of how hard I go on somebody, because they might be at their last little, you know, last straw, last string. They might have been traumatized or abused their whole life and ready to explode on something or somebody or on themselves or something like that. So I'm not saying that's your situation, Dave, you know what I'm saying, with the dreads, but I still apologize. I want to say that publicly. I apologize, bro, if, you know, for that, for any unnecessary pressing. But we press over here, so I don't want you to take it personal. It wasn't just against you. We press over here like men.
Yeah, it sounded like to me that the root of his problem was, well, I won't say problem. The root of his argument was that Master Fard Muhammad was not white. I mean, was not black because, you know, white, because I heard him mention that he was white. So I think he feels as though the NOI is putting a white man over Garvey. That's what I took out of it.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Master Fard's father is black,
right,
and mother is white. I'm not a registered member, but I was offended when he said that.
Well, you are a registered member. You're a registered member of your own nation. You might not be a registered member of a mosque building.
Yeah.
But you was born a registered official member of the nation of God, the nation of Islam. So so was he. So was all of us. It's just you see it and others don't.
Yeah.
So Cam, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
If you had something to say to Fat Joe, you said you know Fat Joe.
Yeah.
If you was to have a conversation, would you feel it was necessary to give him any sort of correction or direction?
Absolutely.
As far as his thoughts?
Absolutely.
And what would that be?
I would, you know, because I know something about certain traumas, and I've heard certain things that I ain't gonna repeat or whatever, but it's if somebody that's supposed to be representing, it's an individual, I just call it out, Tariq Nasheed. If Tariq Nasheed, you know, says something or presents a certain thing that you feel like it's a slight or is robbing Puerto Ricans of their credit, you know what I'm saying, to hip hop or their contribution to hip hop, and then you got, you know, actual foundational Black American, you know, like Lord Jamar that's backing Tariq Nasheed's claims up. I agree with I can agree with the claims, but I don't agree with the spirit necessarily of Tariq and how he you know, how he mocks and clowns or whatever, because he's childish if somebody upsets him, and then he's gonna go to, you know, the childish antics or whatever, right? And that's gonna cause warfare. That's gonna cause
conflict.
Conflict. You know what I'm saying? So Tariq, you know, you can be 1,000% right in your subject, but the way you deliver it is gonna have you having to run fades and shit if you run up against the wrong Puerto Rican, because Puerto Ricans, some love Joe, some think he a sellout, whatever. Just like with Snoop or Cube or whatever, niggas will fight over them. They'll fight over them. Like Cube don't even know a nigga. He gonna fight me because of, you know what I'm saying, or Snoop or anybody. So that's just the condition that our people is in, and we got to be more wise and mature. If what we saying is the truth, we got to be more about just presenting the receipts of truth than we are about entertaining the people by mocking and clowning and bagging and roasting. Like, we don't need that involved with it.
Yeah, I think that's probably more for the algorithm, you know, for the clicks and views. You know, it's part of the gimmick.
But that's satanic.
It's true.
So YouTube itself promotes satanic, demonic beef type thing, clickbait type of things, or beef. You know what I'm saying? If you saying something just respectfully and knowledge or whatever, you don't get no views. It don't mean because people don't want to hear it, but the people behind the scenes at YouTube, Leor Cohen or whatever, whoever, they program it because they want beef. They want us to be beef. If you do any beef thing, your numbers gonna run up.
Yeah.
So
I noticed when Fat Joe got an issue, he kind of resort to the street thing a lot. If you hear him, he got an undertone of a threat, like the street thing. He resorts to that a lot. You know, and the powers that be, they're wise. They get the guys that got the reputation to be in the forefront. You know, they pick Fat Joe. You know, I've been around, you know, so I know he ran with a crew and he gets down. And Nori was wild back in the day. They put him up front. You know, they know what they're doing. They get the people that's got the street cred, and then they use them to influence us in another way.
Absolutely. But now you can't. Now that you known, you can't move like that.
Yeah,
it's cameras everywhere, it's microphones everywhere, and it's snitches everywhere. I don't care if you mad or not. If you used to get down, used to step and slide, you can't do that now. You're just gonna have to take it. You're just gonna have to shut up and take it, or whatever. Act like you didn't hear it, or whatever. Do what Jay-Z do. Act like you didn't hear it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it.
That's true.
Yeah, Yo Cam, can I ask you something real quick?
Yes, sir.
So do you think we forgot or are we confused how to look for the God within or the leader that's within? Because it seems to me, right? It seems like, I can't say all of us, but a lot of us, it seems like we don't know how to be true leaders. Meaning, like, you know how you brought out back here how even though Trump and Biden was going at it, they was able to sit down after Trump won. They was able to sit down on the couch and have a conversation.
Yeah.
So you think that a lot of us we don't understand how to look for the God within, or we confused about how to draw that within?
What was the question again? That's a picture of Biden and Trump right there after Trump won.
Right, because it seemed, because you know how like you said, Tariq, right? He get on his Beavis and Butthead mode where he go to joking and you know, and it seems like, you know, as black men, not all of us, we have lost or we confuse how to find that God that's within, or look for that God or that leader that's within. And,
yeah,
you know,
I would ask Tariq the same question. I would like, because I know something about Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar, he was I don't know if he still is. I'm sure he probably still is, but he's a member of the 5% Nation, right? That's an organization. I don't know what organization Tariq Nasheed is a member of, ever been a member of. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he COINTELPRO. I don't know if he's a revolutionary, you know, good soldier brother. I don't know. And I'm not saying that to diss Tariq. I just have to say, okay, if it's some beef, if it's some stuff that's causing friction and tension or whatever, is it because he's telling the truth, or is it because he's telling the truth in the wrong kind of way? You know what I'm saying? Do you have soldiers? Do you have people? Have you shed blood for this? Like, do you have a army? Do you have, you know what I'm saying? Do you have a general? Like, do you have a leader, or do you think you the leader, Tariq, or whatever? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask these questions, because now you representing possibly leading our people into some bloodshed or something like that. So, you know, the real one's gonna step up and ask you. I'm checking everything. I'm checking everybody, and I'm challenge y'all to check me. Like, get on here. Let's compare. You know, who got receipts? Who qualified to move men? Are you moving men? Are you trying to move men? Do you want men to move against the Puerto Ricans, or move against against Fat Joe? What are you doing this for?
Hey, like with Lord Jamar, how he didn't react emotionally to Joe's attack. He like, man, but what I want what I want to do is, since you have a problem with foundational Black Americans, I want us to boycott his album, and I want all the Puerto Ricans to support, and let's see how that works out for you. And
Right.
then he said,
Yeah, I
and
get
then he
that.
said, and I invite you to come on here and let's have a conversation.
That's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you're supposed to do exactly what you said and exactly what Lord Jamar. That's why I salute Lord Jamar. We don't agree on a whole lot of stuff, but we agree on this. Like the stuff that we don't agree on is not big enough for me to say I don't agree with him, period. I agree with him, period. For all, the math, the majority means 51%. Far more than 51% of what Lord Jamar says and does and has done for the culture, I totally agree with. So as far as I'm concerned, I 100% agree with it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I don't, like I said, I don't know Tariq. I don't, the stuff that I've seen that him, like the hidden colors or hidden, something like that.
Hidden colors. Yeah, hidden
Like
colors.
them documentaries that I saw. I love them documentaries. You know what I'm saying? He's very intelligent, but once he gets into something personal, somebody disagree with him the wrong kind of way, he's not going to be mature with it. He's not going to be mature about it. He's going to go into something he's going to have to prove that he got a tight, a strong chin or something. Like you're going to get in, you're going to say something that makes somebody going to test you on the next level. That's not necessary. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not Tariq's spokesperson. I listen to him enough to know that he does respect Farrakhan, and when he does travel, he used the NOI brothers. So
but he's not an NOI. So
he used them for security. I understand what you're saying, but he got enough respect to know who gonna cover him though. So I feel like he got some growing. He got some growing to do.
Did he use FOI security?
Oh, they did. He did. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
That means nothing. That means nothing.
He definitely got some growing to do. I mean, of course, when somebody challenge him,
My question is always, what Black organization are you a part of? Are you a member of? That means you have the ability to unite with other Black people in a chain of command, in a authority. Organized authority where there's a leader, there's an organization, there's a chain of command. If you can't participate in that, then I can't really trust you.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to submit to nobody else. You don't want to obey or follow no other man instructions.
I think that's a lot of our struggle. I think we know where God is. We know where the people are, but a lot of us don't want to be under that structured guideline like that. Even me, I watch a Farrakhan video every day, and I'm still struggling with just getting there and following that strict guideline.
Right, but I mean, it's not about somebody punishing you. This is a voluntary thing. You volunteer because you see the benefit of it, right? It's like a woman. A woman is going to get with a man that she recognizes is valuable, and I'm going to learn something. I'm going to benefit from being under his authority. But if I'm a rebel, renegade female, and I'm equal with a man and shit, your relationship will never work, because that's not how life works. Everybody on the planet is not on the same grade. They're not the same age. They're not equal. We're not equal. Somebody is superior. Somebody got seniority. Somebody got rank above somebody else. But we don't want to accept that, and that's why we divided, and that's why we conquered, and that's why the Satans know that they can come in and throw money and fame at you and make you feel like you the leader, and you create little organizations, or you say fly stupid shit and have people rallying behind you. Anybody can be a leader now on YouTube. Anybody talk crazy against Minister Farrakhan, and they're gonna be able to create their own little rebellious anti group, and such is my leader because he got the courage to talk the most slander and trash against a good Black man. It's a good organization, so that's why I'm just asking. You might be a member, not you, but they might be a member of a slanderous organization. I just want to hear your ability to unite with other people of like minds, and they can't even demonstrate that.
It's true.
Yeah. Brother Tariq, man, I feel like he has a lot of I don't want to disrespect Tariq because I appreciate what Tariq does.
We're not worrying about no
giving-
feelings, and it's not, if you're telling the truth and it's your opinion or your view, it's not disrespect. You know, I done had a couple of conversations with Tariq through glasses, through G Malone, my young homeboy. I never met him in person, but I respect him too. Like, but I don't know him. I can't vouch for nobody, just like nobody
Right.
can't vouch for me. I might be the #1 COINTELPRO rap. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that just take my word off of face value. I might be a top rat. So pull my file. Look at who I'm with, or do I got any smut? You know what I'm saying? If I'm opening myself up to that, I hold everybody to that same standard.
Okay. So with that being said, he conceals his true identity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's questionable to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then I heard him the other day when he was live, and he was saying, well, Louis Farrakhan's not using his real name, but his real name is available. You know what I mean?
What's Louis Farrakhan's real name?
Before Farrakhan.
That's not his real name. That's his fake name. That's his slave name.
I understand. You know what I'm saying? What he said.
No, we gotta speak right. We gotta speak.
Yes,
accurate.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And all respect due to the honorable minister. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that he's making it an effort to conceal his true identity. And it's like, why would
his
you do
slave
that?
name? You saying he making an effort to conceal his slave name?
True that. Yeah. His government name.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Farrakhan. I'm talking about Tariq.
No, I'm talking about Tariq. I'm with him on that. That's not his real name. I don't even want to know what his
so make me understand why is that? Why would that be a good thing to keep it concealed?
It's not concealed. It's thrown away. We don't acknowledge it. It's counted of no value. He replaced the devil's name with a name of God.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So he's not hiding who he is. Like, like this is me. You know what I'm saying? He's a public figure. So anybody that grew up with him could say, yeah, he Cassius Clay and he violated a little girl when he was 13. Somebody know his file. So the fact that he's not hiding himself, he's not hiding his face. So I'm with him on
if
that.
someone asks you what was your slave name, would that be something that you would be unwilling to reveal?
So in some cases, yeah. It depends on who was asking me. Yeah, it depends on who was asking me.
And also, somebody found it. Somebody found his name because they were calling him by his slave name. So it's not too concealed because they were calling him by the name, so it got found.
He said that wasn't. He said that wasn't his name. He said that was incorrect.
Probably because he's going by the new name that he gave himself.
Yeah, that's just like Cassius Clay. He went through. If anybody knows the history of the Nation of Islam, like, they were taking him into court because he wouldn't go to the army during the war and all of that. And they saying, Cassius, Clay, like, my name is Muhammad Ali, sir, Muhammad Ali. And they was going back and forth and shit. And they finally said, okay, well, Muhammad Ali. That's all he doing. I won't acknowledge my slave name. Matter of fact, I get offended if somebody hop on here and say, Craig, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Craig, Mr. Miller, how's it going? I'm gonna block your ass. Yeah, I'm gonna block it.
I get it. I get that. Okay. Well, and thank you for clearing that up, because like when I saw that he was, it was no break in it, and I'm like, I wonder what he hiding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it ain't hiding. It's I'm trying to show you that I threw that in the trash.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah.
So,
and I actually hide my holy name. Shit. Because Cam is not my, that's not my holy name. You know what I'm saying? But I hide my holy name.
That's your professional name.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm with Tariq on that, and I'm just playing devil's advocate or God's advocate. I don't know nothing until I know it, until I can prove it. I haven't been able to prove nothing about Tariq other than what I see him say and how I see him say it. I can't prove nothing about Fat Joe other than what I see him say and how he say it, or Lord Jamar or anybody else. But this is my field. These is my peers. I don't know Tariq because he's not my peer in this field, in these streets, in no black organization, in hip hop and rap. He's not my peer, so I don't know him. I know some about Fat Joe, and I know some about Lord Jamar, so I can speak about them.
What do you think about Fat Joe calling Lord Jamar weak on his rap?
That was weak. That was lame. That was female energy. That was emotional. Triggered, like he really was upset. All the things in my view, all the things that Lord Jamar said that was I agree. That's what that was. Like, I don't know why you feel the need to try to attack me personally. You know what I'm saying? Or my bank account, or
broke niggas.
Yeah, broke FBA niggas. So he didn't just say one person. He said that whole FBA niggas broke. So, and then called them racist and called them such and such, and then extremist. But then the Math Hoffa dude is egging it on and encouraging and laughing about it and all of that. So it's not just Fat Joe. It's whoever is agreeing with that type of energy or that type of spirit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Math Hoffa removed it from his page, right?
No, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yo, peace, Kim. I'm here, Kim. Just letting you know I'm here, brother. I had to run to the store real quick. King Tony in the building. Peace from Connecticut, y'all.
I seen you earlier. You can hop back on. What's your thoughts on this?
Man, I got a whole bunch of stuff to say about it. You know, I'm actually half black and Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? I've just been in the cut listening to all the commentary. It's been great. You know, I like to just play the background, you know, and learn. Listen, so my thought would be on the Fat Joe's. That guy, he did his thing in hip hop. You know, he had his contributions as far as, you know, certain records and stuff. You know, he was there at the beginning from some of the earliest parts. So I think he do know what hip hop is. He knows it's eclectic, but he knows the originators are quote unquote FBAs. Now, Fat Joe had reached out to me in my DM on Instagram, like it's probably going now almost 4 years now, about doing some business. And based on those interactions, because we was going back and forth, because, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know, you know, who he used to kind of dealing with. I'm not an industry person. I was in the music business. I never got in the industry, but I was in the business, you know, trying to work my way as an independent. And I just didn't like, you know, the interactions of dealing with Joe. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I didn't expect that from him. You know what I'm saying? I thought, you know, at the level he's, you know, been at, I expected more from him, just to put that in there. And what I got from him was that this dude worshiped money. Fat Joe, he compromised. You know what I'm saying? He worshiped money. And you see, he had made a statement one time himself about DJ Khaled, I guess, because Khaled is more financially above him. And he basically saying that because whoever has the money, that's who he will lay down for. You know what I'm saying? All puns intended. Because Khaled going on some, Khaled is Palestinian, and he never speaks up for his people and all of the things that they got going on over there. I don't like that. So it's like these people worship money. You know what I'm saying? Joe.
Yeah, which celebrity or rapper don't worship money? Why are we just singling him out? Which one?
Well, we speaking on him. I ain't singling him out. You know what I'm saying? I know you asked about Joe. You know, we talking about Joe.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm saying he worships money. What does that have to do with him saying broke FBA niggas or FBA?
Because my fault, Kim. I didn't mean to cut your wisdom.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he associates who's worth respecting with who he associates who has money. That's why I was making that point. So he was saying that comment, I knew where it came from. That's why I stayed quiet. I'm like, yo, they don't know. Boy really worship money. So he don't respect. That's why I was saying his respect goes to who has the bag. It ain't about character. You know what I'm saying? We rich on another level. You know what I'm saying? But they sold out for material wealth and riches. And that's why that comment seems so derogatory. But when you go back and look at it from a spiritual perspective and say, oh, this man worship money, That's why he come out his mouth like that. So he looking at Tariq Nasheed like, bro, I know people who, you know what I'm saying, in another tax bracket or whatever, how, you know, he might look at it, but you not worthy of respect because your money ain't here.
Right.
That's
Well,
where the broke niggas came from.
yeah,
Mhm.
his rap name is Joey Crack. Right? Is that an honorable way to get your money or be known for how you got your money? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, word. You know
Hey,
what I'm
if you
saying?
Google
Your
that,
money.
it says that he got
Yo,
his Joey Crack because the crack of his ass used to be out, and the girls
right.
used to.
Yeah, see, that's what I ain't want to say that, but I'm so glad he said it. I ain't had to say it. That's where it came from.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he be true feelings. I think he seen niggas or ninjas as broke niggas. I think that when he look out across the world and see FBAs, he see most of us, you know, as poverty, living in poverty. So I think he expressed his true feelings, and how he truly felt about black people.
Right. The Quran say something like it say let not they wealth and their children excite your admiration. Allah only intends to chastise them thereby, and that their souls may depart while they are disbelievers. So if you're not a real believer, you believe in money or Satan or whatever over righteousness and over God and over representing the struggle of God's people.
Right.
If you worship money over that, then your money and your children, the Quran says that God is going to use them to chastise you with. So your fame will be the belt buckle that you're getting your ass whipped with. And that's what is going on with Diddy and all these celebrities that
Right.
part of the chastisement is public humiliation.
Mhm.
The thing that made you a god, everybody knows me and I'm famous, then you're gonna be famous for the thing you don't want to be famous for, whether it's messing with children or whatever it is that, you know, God gonna use your fame and your children to whoop your ass with. If you know, if we going against him, and you know, I ain't gonna get into no details, but that's exactly what's going on with the majority of these celebrities right now.
Facts. Yeah, that's real.
And just to touch on that whole Nori and Fat Joe thing, I remember I seen an interview with Nori. He was asked why he didn't have the recognition and everything, and he mentioned like not going through a certain door. And I think some of those guys probably went through that door now. You know,
now they
to get
finally
that
went
money,
through it.
because they went through it. I think they went through that door.
Hey, what y'all think based on that? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but what y'all think of Denzel Washington getting baptized all of a sudden? First, you know, it was a big controversy about this last movie. He finna retire after this movie, but he just did this gay kiss scene and this and that, and now all of a sudden he Christian and he getting baptized. You know, what's going on with him spiritually or emotionally or mentally? And is that the same thing that's probably going on with all these celebrities at this point? Is everybody suffering from a guilty conscience, knowing that something is going to be exposed, so they want to go and run to God right now?
I feel like that's why he told everybody about the kiss scene in case it was exposed. He would get ahead of it. You know what I mean? Because it wouldn't make no sense for him to say expose something so shameful. You know what I mean? When he was also already quoted for not doing a kiss scene with Julia Roberts and Pelican Brief. Because of his marriage, out of the respect for his vows and all that stuff. And then you go kiss a man in the mouth. You know what I mean? So it's like that's a contradiction. So you know, I don't know if they got something on him and they made him do it, if he just ran out of manpower or what, but he succumbed to the pressure and he did that. And he trying to pretend like he okay with it, but clearly he ain't. That's why he's trying to cleanse his soul and get baptized, it looked like.
Yeah, and right before that, you know, right around that gay kiss business, he was talking about that he was an alcoholic. He was addicted to alcohol all of a sudden. He had to go to rehab and this, that. And that was never his character, his look, his vibe, his energy. But also, like I just said about the Quran verse that, don't let their wealth or their children, excite your admiration. Like you're supposed to admire them or look up to them like they successful and you a failure, because I just read a report. I didn't know this. I don't know if it's true or not. So I don't want to spread no gossip or no slander if it's not true. Y'all can let me know. Is Denzel Washington's daughter lesbian? Allegedly I heard that he had a daughter or whatever. So if that's not true, I 100% apologize. I know something about, and this is not no slight on Fat Joe. I know his son is, suffers from extreme spectrum autism or something like that.
Yeah.
So and you can go throughout the gamut. And there's no disrespect to nobody, but like Snoop, I'm saying, his daughter has lupus. I'm saying, a lot of the things that people that we look up to that made they claim the fame or their wealth or whatever on degenerate or disrespectful means. All money ain't good money. They have bouts of, or seasons of trying to clean up and repent and atone, but then they slip back or relapse back into whatever they. So to me, that's God. That's God whooping on you. You know what I'm saying, and making you, see whatever it is that you need to see. I'm just an observer. I don't know if that's true or that's accurate, but
Denzel Washington's daughter is a stud.
Yeah, I'm saying, so we never knew that. I never knew that. I never knew he had a daughter. I thought he just had a son.
Yeah. And maybe they concerned that their past is going to come back to haunt him. Hunt him. Maybe he did something in the past. Maybe this whole Diddy thing is making everybody, worry a little bit. And they just couldn't let him go out masculine. He'd been on the screen for how long? They just couldn't let him go out completely masculine.
Hey.
Well, I think it proved the scripture. I think it proved the scripture correct when the scripture says, "What profits a man to gain the world and lose the soul?" You know what I mean? I think the church has always been a safe haven where you do your ratchet, you run back to the church, the people will forgive you. So I don't know if he's using it as that, but I know a lot of times, our people, we'll use the church to try to wash ourselves up in the eye of the view of the masses. A lot of time, but like at the same time, we'll backslide, or
right.
But I think
we all fall short of the glory. Malika Sheik said Denzel's daughter just married a white woman. She just married a white woman. Is that true? According to reports, Global.
This is true.
Damn. So you went from Malcolm X, playing Malcolm X, to getting baptized and being an alcoholic and kissing a man in a movie, and your daughter is. So that to me that just confirms that Quran verse that I just recited. I'm not saying that all of us ain't gonna have to suffer trials and tribulations of life regarding money and health and our children, our spouses, our family members, but that's just interesting to me that the biggest names are 1,000% fulfilling that particular scripture.
Right. It's kind of like going out with shame.
Yeah, that's what I mean by your fame now is the burden. Because this is something that I learned. I learned this from Cube. You know what I'm saying? And this was we first, linked up, and he taught me that. He told me that, like, before you get fame, you want it. You know what I'm saying? But once you get it, you wish you was never famous, right? Because everybody is recognizing you. Everybody wants something. Everybody, think you own something. Anything you do is going to be with a magnifying glass. It's going to be highlighted based on whatever agenda somebody got going on at that time. And I'm seeing that. I salute you. As much, whatever personal shit. Like, the reason I always, what made me respect Cube the most, other than, him attempting the uphill road and attempting to represent the NOI teachings during the season, was that his relationship with Kim, with his wife. I always respected Kim, right? His wife. And I respect him because he was able to stay with her, you know what I'm saying? And he was able to actually give her, you know, a level of power and equality or whatever, from what I could see, that I clowned him about, like, who wear the house in the, you know, you want to wear the pants in the house, you know what I'm saying? Are you a man or a mouse? But I salute Q because of that. That's the only thing, you know, I ain't gonna say the only thing, but that's the only thing left, you know what I'm saying, that I kind of respect him that much on, is his relationship with his wife, because that's big to me. That's half of the faith of Islam. Even if you ain't going along with Farrakhan or this and that, if you're able to keep a marriage together with a black woman, and you're able to keep a family together on whatever you believe in, you know, I gotta give you props for that. So salute to Cube for that.
That's fine.
And you know, Cube is probably responsible for a lot of brothers converting to Islam, even through his relationship with you and the content, the music he was creating during that season. You know, he opened up a lot of brothers to that knowledge. So whether, you know, that was just for a season or not, I think Cube helped a lot of black people, you know, find themselves.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I just, like I said, since we was talking about this subject, you know, I'm big on marriage, I'm big on family, and I just never seen or heard no smut on Cube and Kim's relationship. Not saying I can't say what ever happened or what didn't happen or whatever, but it didn't leak out into the streets. So whatever rules and understanding and laws that they following amongst each other in their relationship, all of us need to learn that.
Right.
That's respect.
True.
I had to speak on Q, but I wanted to ask this question. You might not want to answer it. If not, I respect that.
I might not answer it, but you can ask it.
Okay. Why do you? Because to me, I grew up liking Q, but it seems to me, he left the fight. It seemed like, because I remember the stuff he used to rap about in the mid '90s and the '80s and up, well, especially in the '90s when he was just, but now it's like most of his rhymes is about, I don't know, it's like they're kind of goofy, disrespect to the brother. I'm just saying, it's like, it's not like it don't got that leadership type of lyrics or calling out or pinpointing different things that who we call the devil or whoever. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It just don't seem like he mad at the enemy no more. To me, like, the enemy helped him get rich and famous, so he don't got no problem with them.
Yeah,
it's not about what he know the enemy's still doing to us. But if I'm straight, then I ain't frowning. I ain't mad dogging no more. Not the enemy. I'm mad dogging broke niggas. I call niggas broke, and I still call black women bitches. You know what I'm saying? So at 55 years old, so that's what I got an issue with.
Yeah, because I remember the brother used to make some potent things, man, that made you think. Like this. I remember the one rhyme. He was like, "Just think, if niggas decide to retaliate." I mean, stuff like that. Even those are type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we can get back to the subject though. I appreciate y'all let me go on that little rant. But Fat Joe, Tariq Nasheed, Lord Jamar, FBA, hip hop, and knowledge itself. What's y'all last thoughts? Because I'm gonna get off here in a few minutes. What's y'all final thoughts, man, on the overall topic of this Fat Joe, Tariq Nasheed, FBA business? What's y'all last thoughts?
I think that Lord Jamar got the right approach. I think this can be handled in a civilized way with respect. I think everybody will walk away feeling like a man and not disrespected. I think he challenged him to a debate, bring your facts. And I think that if they do it that way, it could be resolved. Like that simple if they take his approach. He didn't resort to name calling. He didn't do any of that, even though he was called names and, things were said about him. I think he took the high approach, and I think that's the way that everything can get handled.
Yeah.
Well, I think it shows that as a people, we still robbed of a knowledge of self, and we have lost our primary frame of reference as a people, and we still trying to figure it out.
Is there anybody that you think can guide us back to our primary frame of reference that we're supposed to have? You know, if we trying to figure it out, is there anybody that you would you recommend can help us figure it out faster or better?
I think it's already out there. I think the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, by the way of Minister Farrakhan and the different teachers that came out of that school of knowledge, to me, that's the best teaching that I've came across. To me, that will help Black people stand into a upright position, and to a true living God. You know what I mean? I think their message has been suppressed so much that now it's like we look at it and say, "Oh man, I don't want to hear that," or "Oh, I feel you," but they don't really feel you. They just want to get past the conversation. But I think those teachings are the teachings that will have showed and proved. Like you big on showing and proving. So I think those teachings have showed and proved what would improve the Black man, woman, and child.
What you think, SB Global?
Man, I would love to see Fat Joe and Lord Jamar talk it out, debate, have constructive communication. I don't believe it will happen. I honestly don't believe it could happen because there's a spirit of pride that I'm getting from Fat Joe. And like the brother said earlier about him not respecting people that don't have the same tax bracket, or he don't feel like can match him money wise, or he can look up to as far as their ability to generate money. So that's because of the lack of respect. A conversation, if it was to go down, it would only go bad. You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion. I think Lord Jamar could handle it, even with Joe's lack of respect. But I feel like it's just gonna go bad because the intellect from Lord Jamar is going to cripple, you know what I'm saying, Fat Joe, and he's just gonna get frustrated and get more and more disrespectful as the conversation continues. So unfortunately, I don't think that could happen, and I don't think that it will. But if it did, I think it would be very constructive if Fat Joe was willing to be a willing and listening participant and willing to be humble and admit where he's wrong or where he can be corrected at. And
Cam, can I just say this? I'm sorry, bro. Can I just say this, Cam?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Lord Jamar would represent knowledge itself. And I think that if Lord Jamar had to, and I don't know him, but I think he would humble himself just to make sure that conversation wouldn't go left.
Well, he already said that he would have it. He already invited Fat Joe to the platform.
But I think he would also humble himself if he had to keep the no. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think Fat Joe would be humble, but I think Lord Jamar would humble himself even more just to make sure that conversation does not go left, because he does have knowledge of self, so he represents peace. And I think he would do whatever it takes to make sure that conversation remains civilized. So even if Joe didn't humble himself, I think Lord Jamar got enough knowledge of self to say, hey, I'm gonna take another step down, make sure this don't get out of hand.
Well, let me push back on that. And I don't know that that's all the way true, because Lord Jamar is either challenging or accepting a challenge from Crazy Legs, from the breaker, the breaker, Puerto Rican breaker, to box. To box. So the fact that Lord Jamar would even stoop down to that level.
I ain't heard that one.
He's saying that he wants to have like a celebrity boxing match or something, or he challenge, or he accept the challenge from Crazy Legs that they supposed to box. So that already is, if that's true, that's already decreased and devalued Lord Jamar's argument. Like, I'm not gonna box nobody about nothing. Like, this is the boxing. The boxing is this conversation that we have.
Yeah.
These
Right.
receipts.
Yeah. The way that came across though is almost like if Crazy Legs saw Lord Jamar in person though, like it might be some beef or something. It's almost like we fight with
That
those that
comment,
fight
Cam.
with us. Like, you know what I mean? Like I ain't bringing it, but we fight with those that fight with us.
But
And-
that's if Lord, that's only a Muslim. Lord Jamar don't call himself a Muslim. Muslims only adapt that. 5%ers don't call themselves Muslims.
Okay.
You understand?
For whatever reason, I thought they was kind of attached a little bit or connected somehow.
Well, they connected because they function off of the supreme wisdom lessons of the Muslims, of the Nation of Islam, but they don't call themselves Muslims. They call themselves gods. That's where we differ at. We Muslims and gods. Muslim is how you become a god. Submission to God is how you become a god. But they say you don't have to submit to no god or something like that.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's that. So he called himself a 5%er. That correct?
Yeah. So that's something. That's not the Nation of Islam. That's the nation of 5% nation under who they say is Father Allah, Clarence 13X. That's not the Nation of Islam.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the contradiction and all that.
So that's why I said, I can see the crack in both of their fish tanks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my final thoughts, Kim, would be I think people need to be wary of possible, things that could be not authentic with these distractions and divisions that could be taking place where people like to divide at a critical time where it's more important for us to unify when we've been identifying, a lot of the opposition and certain exposures been taking place from Hollywood, even in the hip hop culture with big names going down. So I think that at a time right now where certain people is coming together, regardless of their different ideologies and belief systems, it seemed like this whole Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Black conversation is just like, it's the timing of it seems a little off because it's like right now we need to be standing firm and being together as much as possible and keeping our foot on the actual enemy and not getting caught up in these debates about semantics and words when we're such a critical time of warfare. And I just want to say that I don't want everybody to get too caught up and distracted because from my dealings with Joe and my observation, he worshiped money. And at one point, about 12 years ago, he was on Vlad TV complaining about a gay mafia. That's what he called it. He believed there was a gay mafia in hip hop. Well, what happened to it? Does it still exist? Or did you go on a tour called It's Okay to Be Happy with your man DJ Khaled, who won't speak one word for his people? So he don't really represent Puerto Ricans. He don't really represent the Blacks. And I'm Black and Puerto Rican. And I got 2 years of DMs with the man, and I don't like his business. And he worships money, and he gonna respect who he believes has money. And that's why it's not necessary to have a conversation with him because he's already compromised.
Well, that's I appreciate y'all opinions, man, and y'all views and y'all positions, and I respect and love all y'all, man. So I'm gonna tap out right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna holler at my bro Gooch. But salute to all y'all, man, and God willing, we back at it tomorrow.
For sure. Peace, man.
Peace, y'all. Peace. Gooch.
Brother Cam.
Where you at? Damn, what happened? Uh-oh, my bad.
Can you hear me?
There you go. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. It's crazy because I was watching Tariq and saw that you were live, and I came over here to support you instead. I don't think Lord Jamar is the one who should be representing us in this situation.
In the FBA situation,
right? Because
it's not him representing us. It's Fat Joe calling him out. So he's in it because Fat Joe called him out because because Lord Jamar was in Tariq's documentary about hip hop.
Okay.
So that's what I mean by, if you Tariq and you're doing something that's going to upset a whole other culture, a whole other race, even if you correct, you know, you start deputizing and bringing in other people, involving other people, but then you start, you know, clowning them and mocking them and roasting them in a bad spirit, and now you got respectable dudes that's a part of your documentary, you know what I'm saying? So now they indirectly in it, you done brought them in it while
Right.
you're the head, you're the leader of that term or that documentary or that movie or
Microphone
whatever.
check. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that can be potentially COINTELPRO like.
Okay. Okay. I see where you might be, where you're taking it. Okay.
Because why call yourself FBA? Why not call yourself FOI? Why you got to start something new? You know, why you got to create the wheel, like recreate the wheel, and the wheel is already created? Like, do you think that we're gonna get reparations through you? Or are we gonna get reparations through Farrakhan? Did you have a relationship with Gaddafi or the African leaders around the world, or do Farrakhan got that? Why do you need to do a FBA anything?
I mean, he has his own flag and, you know, things of that nature.
All right, well, he looking for followers apparently.
He has his own flag, you know, has his own flag and, you know, his own museum and things of that nature.
You know, this is the time of separation. This is the time where the Most High, Allah, God, whatever you want to call him, puts people out there to see if we're going to go be attracted to them instead of his messenger. So, you know, you've seen who we said the messenger is for the last 90-something years, but if you think you got a better messenger, you got a better guide or somebody that's going to get you reparations or get you whatever you think black people need, better than Farrakhan, you need to go over there with them. You need to hurry up and go all the way and lock in with them and stay there. That's what you need to do. So I'm not mad at Tariq, you know, or nothing like that. Whoever wants him as their leader and, you know, call themselves FBA instead of FOI or instead of NOI or whatever, you know, Hebrew, that's on you. I'm glad he's the, you know, he's the shit. And if you flies and maggots, you're going to be around that.
Right. Would you be willing to sit down with Tariq and talk about it?
Absolutely, yeah. No, I didn't talk to him privately before about another issue that
Right.
you know. But
Okay.
Yeah, it ain't nothing.
Okay.
I don't believe that. You know, you already know my position. So the short answer is hell yeah.
Yeah. And you know, I'm starting to see a lot more Fat Joe things. I think he was in a barber shop and did an interview. Is this what everybody's in an uproar about right now?
Yeah, that's the Math Hoffa video
Okay.
podcast set. They in the barbershop.
Okay. I didn't, you know, once again, I hadn't heard anything or, you know what he said, so I can't speak on it. But I will go check it out because I see everybody kind of like, you know, speaking on it on internet. So I'll check it out so I can have my own description and interpretation, and I can speak on it. It would be very ignorant of me to speak on it right now and not knowing what was said, you know?
Right. So I just put this out there again. What, you know, anybody can start with anything they want to do, but you know, where are you leading the people to? If Tariq wants to start a movement to bring awareness to FBA and our contribution, okay, that's leading us where? Is it leading us to Farrakhan? Is it leading us to the Hebrew Israelite nation? Where is it leading us to? Is it leading us to a race war clash with, you know, Puerto Ricans or Mexicans or with our own Caribbean Jamaican people? Like, you know, what is the end game? What is the goal of all of that, as opposed to what the goal and the track record of the NOI is? That's what I want to know.
That would be a great question. Once I don't know what his game is. Initially I thought he was just trying to save foundational Black Americans to give us a name instead of African American or AOS.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So, what is, as far as you know, what is the difference between what we in the Nation of Islam call our people and what he's trying to identify us as? And how and to who? To the government to get reparations? Like, who does he think is gonna? You know, if he thinks reparation is coming, you know, who is he going to be given to? you know what I'm saying? Organization like Black Lives Matter or like FBA is like like what is, you know, what do we think, you know, is going to come from that?
Well, honestly, I think that he feels that if we use NOI or FOI, that some of our own people would shun away from it.
What they should. If they're going to shun away from it, they should shun away from it. If they're not intelligent enough to know that this is really for them and this is the proven, tried and true, proven best organization that we ever produce, then if they think that, you know, they want to do it their way or some other way, then this is separation time. We're supposed to separate. We're not supposed to be together now. Everybody is supposed to separate and go the way that they choose. Go be with who you want to be with.
Okay.
That's what time it is. We don't want everybody that don't want to be with us. We only want people that think and understand and believe like-mindedly like we do. So according to the Bible, this is Sunday, according to the Bible, out of 8 billion people on the planet, the Bible say only 144,000, you know what I'm saying, made it or were the stars of recognizing who the real God was. So, you know.
Okay. Well, once again, brother, I come to support. And how long you been up here today so far?
3 hours, 10 minutes, and security is right here. Say peace.
Peace. Peace. Oh yeah, it was a guy named Enigma in here saying crazy stuff. Me and Illmatic had to get rid of him. But I know if you've been up here this long, you've been giving people jewels, man, and we appreciate you, brother, and we love you.
Man, love you too. Love y'all too.
Okay, and give your last words. I'm out of here, brother. Peace.
All right, bro. Peace. Yeah, that's, you know, of course I'm gonna push my line. Like it ain't religion, it's theology. It's not religion, it's theology. If y'all believe in God or if you don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't even have to believe in the same God. We just got to believe in the same principles. Same principles. We understand that we are in this condition because we were identified as Black. We was taken either from Africa or if we was here, if there was any so-called Moors or whatever here, got enslaved also, got destroyed also. So that's what we have in common. It don't have to be nothing about religion, but it has to be about God. Whoever you believe in as God allowed that to happen to us. And it happened to us strictly in the name of racism, identifying Black people and destroying Black people. White people identifying Black people and destroying and using and misusing Black people. And Native American or dark people, but especially I'm talking about in America, us. Whatever God you believe in, you have to explain that. You have to trace it all the way back to the God you believe in. That's our common denominator. This happened to us. Whoever the God was, let it happen to us. And now it's time for us to unite under whatever basis we believe in and get out of it. And, you know, if you don't have a greater track record of uniting Black people and redeeming and restoring and returning them to health and love and unity and strength and knowledge and wisdom, and nobody got nowhere close to the track record that Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan got. So if you know of something better that you want to do, that's your desires. You want to go do your own thing. So by all means, this is the time to freely go do your own thing. You stay out of our way, we stay out of your way. And whoever the real God is will judge between us. Straight, simple as that. It ain't got to be no emotions involved. There's no feelings. All right, you know. Rube say a white reporter asked Elijah Muhammad, and what about those Black people that don't want to go with you? Elijah Muhammad said, they're yours. They're yours to do with as you please. They belong to you. And if you know about the Bible where it say about those in the inner court, measure the inner court, but don't measure the outer court. They're yours. You can do with them what you please. And the Bible tells you what the slave masters did with those. Right? So on that note, You want to tell us the rules, so the people that disagree with me don't want to follow my instructions, but maybe they'll follow your instructions. What's your instruction?
So before we end this live, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so when we do a new live or a new upload. I mean, wait. Let me get prepared. Let me start over. Okay. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so when we do a new upload or a new live, you always get notified.
Tell them peace. Give them the chunk up the deuces.
Peace.
Peace. Big Adrian Martinez. I see you, G from the Bay. Salute, y'all. Robert Epps. Salute, peace and blessings. Ahmad Jabril, all my wrench mobs. Salute. And God willing, until tomorrow, Khalif, I see you. Everybody be rude. Salam alaikum, Elmatic. Peace.